We're going to start off with a sugar cube. And we'll make it very traditionally like times of old. We're going to add 2 dashes of traditional Angostura Trinidadian bitters. We're going to add 1 dash. You can use whatever your preference is. And then we're going to add a bar spoon of carbonic acid or soda water. Will help break down our sugar cube. And then we're going to get to making our paste. You just take your muddler, lean on the sugar cube, and then work it back and forth until you create a nice paste. Most bartenders that are worth their weight will tell you that the paste is the most important part of an old fashioned. This is where you get to put the love into the cocktail. Now we're going to take Woodford Reserve Bourbon, add 2 ounces. And next we will add our ice and stir. The important thing about ice is it should be thought of as an ingredient. Whenever you add water to a spirit, it changes it forever, and you can't ever change it back. And stir. With the old fashioned, it's designed, in my opinion, to be an evolutionary cocktail. So it's meant to be an experience that changes throughout the course of drinking it. It doesn't necessarily need to be stirred down to a temperature that most cocktails would be stirred down to. It's more about getting the sugar to dissolve. Very importantly, I'm going to add some of our essential oils from a lemon and orange. I like to use a Y peeler. Get a nice zest there. It's full of aromatics, flavor, and alcohol, oddly enough. Skin side down will express the oils over the drink. And leave our twist in. Orange, same thing. Express the oils. And there you have the old-fashioned. Cheers, Sally.
Uh-oh. Ether Insurance is dedicated to helping the businesses and people of Baton Rouge secure affordable insurance tailored to their needs. With our curated network of insurance carriers, we provide the best solutions for home, auto, life, and business coverage. Ether Insurance, powering and protecting your world.
2020 took a toll on all of us. If you're going through a divorce or custody issue, let Dejan Law Office be by your side in 2021.
Dejan Law Office, fighting for what you deserve. 344-ANDY.
Brandon Lejean here, courtesy Buick GMC.
Call Brandon Lejean at 337-224-1867.
Come see us today. Courtesy Buick GMC.
4 questions, like, come on.
Welcome to the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club, where we pay tribute to the baddest defensive coordinator in all the land and his love for bourbon. Oh yeah. Now your hosts, Matt and Chris.
What's up, guys? Matt and Chris for the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. We are going to get this started, and we want to introduce a guest. I called him a Bogeys legend, but he didn't like that earlier. But Jared Foster, what's happening, Jared?
Oh, nothing much. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So this is One Team, One Podcast. We've created the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. And it's inspired by our newest defensive coordinator, Daronte Jones, and his love for the brown water bourbon, and have a lot of funny stories. And we can just talk about that if you want, about Daronte Jones this week.
No doubt.
Yeah, I was
Daronte
telling you
made
about
an
this
appearance
a second ago. So I'm doing old-fashioned reviews. We have a Sweet 16 bracket. challenge, and I'm too fucking old to be doing this. So we'll just get that cleared right out the way.
Let's be honest.
And I've been bar hopping lately, and I went to City Pork, and I'm having an old fashioned, and I'm with a group of people, and Jack, who's on One Team One Podcast, he's banging on the table, and he's like, Daronte Jones is behind you. Literally, Daronte Jones is behind me. I go up to him, and I'm like, hey man, I'm with and I'm sorry to bother your meal by yourself. But I'm with One Team One Podcast and the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. And he was like, oh, you guys. And like my agent sent me a picture of the t-shirt. And I'm like, are you good with it? Are you about to sue me, or are you good with it? So I have his cell. I've reached out to him.
We have his full support
We're
too.
boys now.
He actually texted me. Yeah, we're cool. I call him D. He calls me old man, and I don't get it.
I don't know why.
But so I texted him about coming here tonight, and he said, "Oh man, the weekdays are tough for me." So the very next weekend, I'm going to text him again. I'm like full stalker mode now.
His focus right now is smooth whiskey and strong defense.
Yes.
So yeah.
He told me that his bourbon collection is being shipped down here, and it's not here yet. So I gave him Taylor Calandro's number at Calandro's. So hopefully Taylor can hook him up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a weird week for One Team One Podcast, but hey man, we are live at Bogeys. Bogeys and Clayton over here have been really cool with us. We're gonna maybe do some live streams. I know that you're gonna start doing crawfish outside. We're gonna be out there, and we'll probably do the Bourbon Club, and we'll also do One Team One Podcast, and we'll kind of mix it up. But I said, hey, who's your best guy? Who's your best guy you can give us for our first live stream? And he said, oh, Jared, he's here every fucking night.
Every night.
That's debatable. I like to plead the fifth on that one.
Well, then he said, I said, hey, can we go outside? Maybe because it's going to be a pretty day. I don't think it's going to be too cold. And then the bartender said, no. Jared was, he was like bitching about how cold it was last night. So we probably need to go inside.
That's why I got long sleeves on right now.
Yeah.
Can you turn the AC down?
Yeah,
Oh
turn
my
the AC
God.
down. He's already bitching. I mean, geez, these prima donnas. So tell us what's going on with you now. I know. So you were, I mean, of course, Barb legend, right?
Bar pie.
Yeah.
Go Bucks.
Baseball and football. What was your first love?
Basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I
You still play?
Hey, we'll pick up game here and there.
Okay.
I stopped playing my junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Because I'd be getting the baseball season.
Right.
And just jumping into games. So, and I obviously wasn't going to go college for basketball.
What? Come on.
I consider myself, young JJ Redick at the time.
Yeah.
So you were a 3-point sharpshooter.
Oh, big time.
Okay. All right.
I was the guy, chilling at the 3-point line in the corner, penetrating pitch guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
all
sitting
right.
there waiting for it.
That's me too.
I was working on my mid range. It just wasn't for me,
So you weren't like the Jack Besh. Did you see his highlight today?
No.
That dunk or whatever.
Yes. He went baseline, backdoor, alley-oop.
Oh my.
Yeah,
God.
he definitely could.
He's a monster, that
He
kid.
could definitely get up a little higher than I could. On a good day, I couldn't have palm the basketball, so I couldn't really,
Mhm.
really slam down consistently.
Yeah.
I had never in a game that I was able to dunk, but 2-line layup, a little dunk here and there.
But quarterback at Barb, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who were some other studs on that team with you whenever you were playing football?
we had Deshaun Smith, who was a
Tight
tight
end,
kid
yeah.
coming here.
Yep.
Trey Quinn.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Trey. So you gave Trey the record basically, right?
He's all right. This is how good Trey Quinn was. He was a freshman.
Okay.
He didn't start playing on varsity till the fourth game of the season,
Okay.
Damn.
and he had over 1,000 yards receiving.
Wow. Dude's got the best hands I've ever seen.
He is. I mean, he holds the national receiving yards record. National. He was unreal. And as a freshman coming in doing that on the varsity level, that didn't happen often at Bar.
Right.
It was all and the only reason why he started playing because one of our main guys got hurt.
Yep.
So all right, who else we got? Let's put him in. He was unreal. Over 1,000 yards receiving, and he missed 4 games pretty much that season.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
wild.
that's a lot.
So how bad did Les Miles screw him up at LSU? Let's get to the tough questions first.
I think for the offense we had at the time, he didn't really his skill set mesh well because it's gonna be a lot of blocking on the outside and a lot of runs. It was a lot of 2 tight end sets, so it'd be it wasn't prime for him being a spread offense, so he transfers to SMU.
Yeah, and
what's
like
he do there?
thrive.
He leads the country in catches.
Could you imagine him in the 2019 offense?
Oh my God,
he would have been ridiculous.
Incredible.
I thought, who else did I talk to? I've talked to older LSU players. We had a couple of podcasts that we've done before where we talked to Charles Alexander. I've talked to Justin Vincent. I've talked to some of these older guys.
JV,
yeah, and like, man, so like, what would you do in this offense? And they all like, once I say that question, they're all like drooling about that offense.
It's one of those. I mean, over the years, how many stud athletes LSU every year in and out we have, and we were, still successful running the football, obviously, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when we actually started to open up the offense a little bit more, when we had less, Jarvis had over 1,000 yards. Odell had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And then that was Mettenberger at the time, quarterback.
Which, how good could he have been?
We're playing some Jared Foster highlights. Clayton's got it up on the
beautiful.
big screen over here, so we can watch some of these. This isn't like Huddle. Like Huddle didn't exist back then.
Oh,
right?
no, this is.
Oh, these are high school highlights.
This is like actually high school, like YouTube.
Splitting the seam right there.
Did your mom put this together for you?
It looks like it, right? It's got editing,
Yeah. Is there music? Is there like techno music in the background?
See, that's the thing.
Or rap music?
Had nothing on there. Just me, just look at that footwork. Look at that.
Oh, that was good.
Goodness.
And you're like, where's Trey? Where's Trey?
Yeah, hey, throw it up to him.
I've gotten some questions in the chat. Let's see. Ask Foster about that Basil blood. I don't know what that means exactly, but then that Bard pipeline, Jared Person and Bo and Bryce.
Oh, Bo and Bryce Jordan?
Jordan, yeah. Studs.
They started on freshmen. They started on the varsity team.
Yeah.
And they're just bulldogs, man. They could just swing it.
And they like to get hit by a pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce, yeah.
Bryce.
Led the nation in hit by high school national record hit by pitches. Like, how's that happen? Like, unbelievable.
All right. So, and then Justin Vincent Love, Bogeys back today.
Yes.
So, we'll get Justin in here. I got Justin's stuff. So, we'll get him over at Bogeys. I don't know if he said no. No, he said no. He's probably not going to happen. All right. So, and then thoughts on Rabbit Hole. Didn't you get Rabbit Hole the other day?
Yeah, the Rabbit Hole. So I've got the Rabbit Hole.
You have it up here, right?
Yeah.
Is that the Sherry Cast
Yes.
one? Okay.
Yeah. So
Jared, are you a Bourbon fan?
No.
I feel like
really.
The older you get, the more you appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't have enough hair on my chest yet.
I know.
We're bourbon fans in that, like, we like to drink bourbon, but in no way are we like bourbon connoisseurs.
So you call yourself.
I'm guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna swirl it and chew it.
But you make fancy cocktails at home.
I do like making a fancy cocktail, but I like to brand myself as the common man. So I'm the common man.
Yeah, you're the common man.
I'll buy the fancy stuff. I'll make a fancy cocktail, but I'm not gonna tell you about the mouthfeel and the chewiness.
Yeah.
And the crunchiness.
Well,
of the
and I
bourbon.
found this.
How many years was it still?
Right.
Where's
Exactly.
it from?
Yeah, I mean, I'll read about it and learn about it, but yeah, that's not my jam. I want to know how it tastes and how does it make me feel, and that's about it.
Well, and it's similar to wine, where like you get some cheap wine and you're gonna have a headache in the morning. If you have some nice wine, you're gonna feel fantastic. It's the same thing with bourbon. Like bourbon is smooth like that, and not gonna kill you if you get the good stuff. But you need to have a daily drinker, and then we were talking about that earlier, right? You have a daily drinker, the Russells.
Yes, so I picked up a Russell's 10-year, Russell's Reserve 10-year, 2 days ago, and it was tasty, man. It's like, I think it was $32. It's not gonna break the bank, but it was a delicious daily sipper. Mix it, drink it straight, drink it on the rocks, do what you want to do with it. It was tasty. I have no complaints about the Russell's Reserve, but on the question about the Rabbit Hole, I'm enjoying that right now. We're about halfway through that bottle, and it is it's pretty tasty. It's reminiscent of like an Angel's Envy.
And what's it, like $60, something like that?
Yeah, I think it was like $60-$70 in that ballpark. So it's a little on the price side, but I'd say it's worth it. I mean,
We'll probably have to do a review on like $30 bourbons.
Yeah.
And like what we like the best, because that's your daily drinker price.
Yep.
But like you get the 60, it's like a little bit better. And then of course we're like, here's the problem. When you're older, like you can't do as much stuff outside, so you spend more time at home.
Drinking.
But yeah, you're drinking. And the older you get, it seems like the more money you end up having. And it's like, I don't have kids, so I just spend it on podcast equipment and bourbon, basically.
I have kids, so you pay for the podcast stuff.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the kids and the bourbon,
Right.
and it's a match made in heaven.
All right, so what are you drinking? You're drinking vodka guy, right?
Yeah, right now I'm on a little vodka kick. You know.
So is it any kind of vodka?
Little Tito's.
Tito's?
Tito's.
That's your one? You have to, like, you say, hey, I need the Jared.
Yeah, there's a new drink on the menu here.
There is a drink?
Just go to the bar and just ask for the Jared.
The Jared? They know exactly what it is?
Yeah, I just made that up. But we'll roll with it.
So afterwards, I can say I went to Jared.
I went to Jared.
yes.
Oh, this guy, the
Whoa,
marketing
okay.
genius over
Okay,
here.
okay.
Angels Envy is my number one, as somebody said.
I do love some Angels Envy. I'm not mad about it at all.
All right, so tell us about when you came to LSU, and so it was baseball first, right?
Mm-mm.
At LSU, it was football first.
I had what a lot of people don't know is I pretty much had to like go do a tryout
For baseball.
For baseball.
Okay.
I did turn down other SEC offers for baseball. Came here. It was like towards the end of the football season in 2011. I had to go to the field, and I came in as an infielder. And I'm doing ground balls. I haven't taken a ground ball since senior year of high school, almost a year before or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm taking ground balls, and it's just me, Maneri, and like one of the managers, whatever, catching, my throws to first base or whatever. And I'm just getting one after another. I'm out of breath. I thought you'd be in a little bit better shape than this. I'm like,
yeah,
sheesh, bro.
Dude, it's yeah.
You're getting. Before I turn around, another ball's coming at me.
Yeah, I remember those days being in complete shape and still taking ground balls, and you're still winded. Dude,
yeah,
it sucks, dude.
And so that's what I had to do. Actually, get on the team at that time. So I wasn't promised a spot when I came here. It was, talking recruiting coordinator at the time, Javi Sanchez.
Yeah.
The absolute
fire
goat.
Javi.
Hey, absolute
that guy?
goat.
Yeah.
Javi Sanchez is
good.
awesome.
He got a really bad rap, that guy.
And I don't know what
Dude, fans are ruthless. That's
Dude,
why.
They are.
That's what it is.
I mean, there's nothing you can do. Like, you're always gonna get some criticism. I'll be walking. For instance, like my junior year, if everybody paid attention to LSU baseball at the time, I was predicting, whatever in the draft that year, big prospect, and I absolutely did terrible. I had a whopping 115 batting average.
Really?
You got to try to do that. It's like I'm going up there, like whatever. But that was like, the epitome of trying too hard, trying to do too much or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot where I was going with that.
But what year was that again?
That was 2014.
2014.
No. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to. So I'm coming in one bad game. I'm coming in from the outfield, right by the dugout, and this guy goes, "Come on, Foster, you ain't done nothing all year." I was like, "All right, next time your grandson wants a ball, you're not getting it. Leave me alone."
Oh my God.
And then after the game, he did apologize. He ripped into me for a while, but I mean that's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the best is when you're playing at Auburn. This little kid, I'm in left field. The whole game, he's bothering me for a ball. And I was like, he threw some words he's probably like 9, 10 years old. Some words I'm not even going to use.
Oh, you can use them.
Jeez, man. Like, finally, I looked at him and was like, where are your parents? Like,
he was a young kid?
Yeah, he's like max 10 years old. I'm like, finally, I was like, there was a foul ball. I went and picked it up. And I threw it to another kid. And he called me, so-and-so names. I'm like, finally, I turned around. I was like, bro, where are your parents? Like, why are you out here just in the middle of, just talking trash to me?
Right.
Like,
how old do you think he was?
Max 10.
Max
10
wow.
years old. Max.
So he was like that dude shit talking Cam Newton the other day. And Cam Newton said, "Where's your dad? Where's your dad at?"
Yeah.
So how much did you guys love that kind of shit talk though? Because I got to give a shout out to my buddy Brooks Hickman, who's watching live now. We used to sit in right field, and we were in college about the same time. We would sit in right field with a handle of Crown, get absolutely blacked out drunk, and talk outrageous shit to the outfielders.
Wait, the old box though, right?
No, the new box. I'm young.
New box?
I'm young. New box.
Oh
yeah.
shit, I'm the old
Yeah.
box guy.
Yeah, you're the
I'm
old
the guy
guy.
that we walked up to the old box and we could walk down the right field corner, and then we always had one guy that had like all of the daiquiris set up, and we walked by the gate. He would just hand us the daiquiris in the gate, and we would just go one by one with the daiquiris, and it was like nobody ever checked that stuff.
So how much did y'all love the creative shit talk? That's what
I loved it. I fed off that. The best was Ole Miss. There's the student section, behind the right field. They call us like corn dogs, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm in right field, and all of a sudden, like, I hear something hit the ground behind me, and I see the pitch, whatever, and I look down. I'm like, oh my god, that's an Oscar Mayer wiener. They were throwing hot
dogs at you.
They were throwing raw hot dogs onto the field. I'm like, the heck? So I grab one, I throw it back, whatever, and then they start chunking them at the bullpen guys. And one of my buddies, who's my roommate at the time, he picked up one and just started eating it. And then the student section ate it up. They loved it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like, dude, they'll go on your bio, like on your sport, and they're like,
oh yeah,
oh, your siblings, and they're like, look up your like social media. There was one time, shoot, I forget where we were, but they went on my Twitter, and like literally the whole game, they would just be screaming, yelling my tweets, what I would tweet, verbatim. And I'm like, oh no.
That's
you know exactly where they're going too.
Honestly, the other day I went back and like looked at some old tweets. I'm like, what in the like?
You're just cringing. You're waking up at midnight cringing.
I'm like, who were you? You know,
shit.
But they were that was a good one. Like they would start reading out my tweets the whole game.
Somebody in the chat, Andrew Martin says Alex Box right field can get brutal. Just asked the Youngstown right fielder last weekend. Actually, I think they appreciated him after a while. I think that was always the case. Like if you could turn around and like you could have like a
smile,
rapport with them.
As a player, there like when I was playing right field one game on the road, whatever, they would do that every time you step right, left, right, left.
Yep.
Yeah. Finally, I was like, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So I started doing like dances,
chopping it up.
them, and they're like ah,
yeah.
I was like, come on, I thought you were better than that.
I love it.
All right, so biggest play that we remember, everybody remembers, is the Texas A&M play,
Yes.
right? That's the one everybody kind of talks to you about all the time, right? So tell us about that a little bit, and and also the aftermath, because it was like Sports Center #1, all that kind of stuff, right?
So I got put into the game that inning. So I get put in the game, and of course it comes down to a crucial situation that I'm like, and as a player, you're always like, I want the ball hit to me. I'm going to make this play.
Yeah,
I'm going to make
right.
this play. In your head, having that, that confidence, that mindset.
You started this game, or you came in after?
I came in that inning.
Okay, so you were like a fielding, pitch fielding, whatever.
Yeah, pinch. Yeah, pinch.
Whatever
pinch
you call
fielder.
it.
I don't think that's a
It
term.
needs a substitute.
We just made it up.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Pinch
fielding.
Prince fielder.
Maneri, I know you're watching.
I apologize.
Actually, the game's on right now. Actually, we need to get it. We need to get. Hey, Clayton.
Hey,
we need to get the game on.
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape. The game, I think, is on. I think the game is on.
We need a refresh.
Hey, refresh
it, yeah. Jared's bitching about it.
He's pissed.
So, all right. So
This place sucks.
Yeah, you were pitch fielding, right?
Yeah, so I come in, and that inning, it comes down to that crucial situation. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth.
Crucial.
Bases loaded, and it's a lefty at the plate. It was a shortstop, Blake Alamont. I didn't play in pro ball against him a few times.
Yeah.
But I've talked about, that situation with him, whatever. And it's kind of funny how we ended up being around each other down the road.
Yeah.
But that happened, and he hits it. And he's a little guy, you know, and you don't expect him to carry like that. So I take off whatever. I'm like, oh no, this is going a lot further than I thought. I jump up, and when I tell you I don't see the ball at all, I just go where I think it's gonna be.
Really?
And I feel
It's a Sandlot.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I jump and I feel it just go square in the pocket. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I just caught that. If you watch the video, I stand up and I look like up. I'm like,
You're Smalls.
yeah, pretty much.
You are Smalls.
Benny the Jet helped me out.
Benny, he was like, he spit on the ball, hit it.
And
Well,
so
talk about that movie. That was a bunch of bullshit, right? Then all of a sudden after that, Smalls knows how to play baseball.
yeah,
What a joke.
Dude,
Anyway,
let me
go
tell you
ahead.
something. Yeah, finish the story because
Sorry.
finish the
I
story
interrupt
because
you.
I love it.
That pisses me off.
So I stand up and watch the video. I look up for a second. And I'm in my head, like that whole time, I'm like, oh my god, I just caught that. And the best part, when I turn around, they had guys in the bullpen, and they're like,
The fuck?
I'm like, you know, just, I don't even know what I was saying. And Bregman comes up, and I was like, get away from me,
Dude,
get away from me. Like,
it was the most savage thing I've ever seen. I loved it because you didn't even want to celebrate it. You were like, let's go win this motherfucker.
Yeah. And then when I'm walking past the mound, they didn't really even show that part. I just spiked the ball right on the mound. I'm like,
No, that's
screw y'all.
The spike the ball thing is always a good one, celebration wise.
And it was And then it ends up, I go out to eat. Like my parents are coming. I have a lot of family from Houston.
Oh yeah, right.
And so, but that night was a Friday night game. My parents couldn't make it in time. So my uncle and my cousin were there, you know. And so after the game, we go eat. Nice little Mexican restaurant. I love Mexican food.
Yep.
Shout out Mexican food.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out Mexicans.
Thank y'all.
Right.
And we're out to dinner, you know, and my cousin goes, dude, you just got number 1 on SportsCenter. I'm like, no way. I look at it, I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then 30 minutes later, Damian Lillard hits he hits the game-winning 3 in the playoffs.
Is this the one where he's like looking at the camera and all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
He hits that 3 in the playoffs, you know, whatever.
What a
and
jerk.
He case over number 1. I'm like, come on,
Dick.
man. You could have waited till
What
the
a
next
dick.
night. At least
What
want
a
to have that
jerk,
game.
that guy.
Only had number 1 for like, 45 minutes.
I appreciate the fact that you learned that you were number 1 on SportsCenter, like face deep in a plate of fajitas.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah, right.
I mean, that's beautiful.
Quesos everywhere. I'm like, hey, more salsa?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god! All right, so I got a question for you. Talk to me a little bit about the atmosphere of Alec Box Stadium in a super regional, and then compare that to Omaha, because you've seen it, and like as a fan, I know what it feels like in the stands, but you have that unique perspective as a player of what that feels like. Like, what is that? Tell me.
So, one of the best environments, everything that it was 2015. I was on deck, and we're playing well in the Super Regional.
Yeah.
So that's already crazy game.
Juice,
It's gonna be. I mean, that was I think the most fans we had at the game. You know, standing room only type thing. There was. I would tell you, I'm on deck, and Chris Shammer's up the bat, and Shammer was my roommate for 3 years of college. Like,
Okay.
He's my boy. Hits the walk-off homer. And I still had the weight on my bat on deck. He hits that. I immediately just throw the bat up, not even thinking about where it's going to land. Everybody coming out of the dugout, I'm like, oh, no. Someone's going to get concussed right here.
Right.
But that was, honestly, college, that was one of my most favorite, like, and when I tell you loud, that it was ridiculous how loud it was.
It's interesting hearing that too, because you would think like as a player and some of the big plays that you've made, like some of the craziest moments, like you got to take it in, being in the on deck circle, watching this happen, like with the best seat in the house, and that's one of like that's your go-to moment. Like when I asked you that question, that's your go-to moment.
Awesome, that was super.
You got to take it in.
Yeah,
that's beautiful,
it was
man.
great.
So
and then in Omaha too, like all right, so the new TD Ameritrade, the new park, it doesn't get loud.
It doesn't.
It's so spread out that the noise doesn't really, it just kind of goes off. It doesn't really, and also what's weird about like the design, because even the dugouts, it's like you're doing a half marathon to walk to the plate.
Yeah.
Like they're so far back and so tucked away. Like it's you can't really like. I mean, obviously you're in the College World Series, so that's awesome as it is. Like
how badass is it as an LSU player in Omaha, knowing the presence that LSU has in Omaha? Like, do you feel like the biggest badass in the world walking around that place?
Yeah, walk around. You have you got your gear on.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't leave the hotel unless you got your gear on. Trying to get a free Red Bull vodka.
Right.
But speaking of those, but yeah, dude, it's so like because just the whole town is this because everyone floods there, fan wise, and no other like University of Miami was there one year. We were there. I think it's 15. And they had like no one there, fan-wise.
Yeah.
And it's like, goodness.
They don't have anybody there on a regular.
Yeah.
And
you think such a storied program like that.
Yep.
Like,
right.
It's just, I don't know. It's so different LSU wise. How we can. It's like they call it Alex Box North. It's special.
No doubt.
Hey, I think we're gonna try some bourbon here. Is it bourbon or whiskey? Bourbon. Penelope. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've heard of this.
Penelope.
Yeah, I know her.
I've heard of this. Penelope is Karl Malone? PF? PF Importers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know
This is
KJ
perfect.
and
I just
PF,
finished my
so
drink.
Perfect. Come on, we'll just pour it in here.
We got some fresh ice too. Billy.
Let's take a quick commercial break. How about that? This will be perfect time
Commercial
for a
break.
quick commercial break.
Ether Insurance is dedicated to helping the businesses and people of Baton Rouge secure affordable insurance tailored to their needs. With our curated network of insurance carriers, we provide the best solutions for home, auto, life, and business coverage. Ether Insurance, powering and protecting your world.
2020 took a toll on all of us. If you're going through a divorce or custody issue, let Dejan Law be by your side in 2021.
Dejan Law Office, fighting for what you deserve. 344-ANDY.
Brandon Lejean here, courtesy Buick GMC.
Call Brandon Lejean at 337-224-1867.
Come see us today, courtesy Buick GMC.
No doubt, dude.
One Team, One Podcast, your trusted news source for LSU sports. Jackson Boss, sports director, and Matt Anderson, lead anchor. You know the place to go for breaking news. That's One Team, One Podcast.
That's approachable. The other one's, it's got a little bit more complex.
Join us for a drink at the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. When Coach Jones isn't scheming defenses, he's scheming up new cocktails. Our cocktails may be old-fashioned, but his blitz packages aren't. So when you are feeling like you're in a zone and you need to switch to man, come to the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club, where everyone is welcome except Bo Pelini.
Great score!
Perfect.
Now he's mentioned you a bunch of damages.
So, all right, we just had a little try of the Penelope bourbon.
Bourbon.
And I know there's the rum, and we need to try the rum, but with it being a bourbon club, let's just do the bourbon first, and we'll go from there. But we'll have some cigars. We need to have some Karl Malone cigars. I think that would be perfect.
Oh, sir.
And we'll do that.
I got on my ankles.
You guys let us know if you have any questions for Jared. But also, I am trying desperately to get Daronte Jones on this podcast. And I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're going to never stop trying. I'm in sales. I'm relentless. And
make it work.
I didn't do the 2-day rule. He gave me his phone number, and I didn't do the 2-day rule. I just did. Yeah? You have to do the.
You got to do the 2-day rule. 48 hours.
Yeah, I can't ever do it.
Dude, I've been out of the game.
I always shoot
I've been
my
out of the
load
game
too
so
early.
long.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So, what do you got going on right now?
I do private baseball lessons.
Okay, at Traction or where?
I used to do Attraction, and I just kind of do my own thing now because just kind of like freelance.
Gotcha.
And then I about to have my insurance license, be doing that.
Okay.
So
sticking around in Baton Rouge, dude.
For the time being, yeah.
Man, it's so great to be an athlete and be in insurance. Like, people are just going to funnel business to you. Are you thinking about that at all?
I never even thought, because I came back to finish my degree, and then I'm sitting there, and my parents are asking, "All right, so what are you gonna do?"
Yeah, right.
That's a good question.
Did you try minors at all?
Yeah,
you had a great senior year.
Yeah, I got drafted by the Angels.
Okay.
Went 5th round.
What was that process like?
Man, it's a crazy process, and you have all these scout meetings and everything.
Yeah.
In the Angels, I'm meeting with all these different teams, and their scouts, getting to know you and all these things. And I did not meet one time with the Angels. Scout, not one time.
Really?
Wow.
I had talked to them here and there, on the phone, but never in person, never, And then my agent calls me. He goes, "Hey, man," because I could have gone 2nd round to the Brewers, and my agent was like, "Hey, I can get you more, whatever, whole deal." I was like, "All right, I'll trust you." And we were having practice for, I think it was regionals super regionals that year, and our practice is day 2 of the draft, and our practice got rained out in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to go home and watch it on TV. I had Chris Chambers there, a roommate. One of my buddies, Sam Smith, he played ball at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
His girlfriend was there, whatever. And boom, name comes up and it asks everything. I'm like,
holy
this is
shit.
pretty freaking cool. One thing I wish my parents could have been there, whatever. But
right.
They came the following day, whatever. But that was super cool, see your name. And now the Angels with the pick, whatever they take, and your name comes across, I'm like, sweet. That's awesome, to be able to be in that situation, because a lot of kids, people, that's what they dream of, and being blessed and that fortunate to be able to have my name called like that and see it.
Right.
And I would have never even saw that if we were having practice.
Right.
Our practice got rained out. So that's what made it even better, because I was actually able to have the experience of seeing my name, all that.
Doubt.
Usually it would be that would happen in practice, and it happens every year.
So
the phones will be out, the coaches have your phones or whatever, a manager have your phone. When your phone rings, hey, or the manager will just stop practice and he'll have the microphone and be like, "Hey, you just got everybody applaud, whatever. Hey, so-and-so just got drafted, whatever.
Middle of practice.
In middle of practice. And everybody stops for
that's crazy, man.
How the fuck are you supposed to keep practicing after that?
I know, right?
What?
And then you get called off the field, then you go talk, and, do a whole deal, and it's like, wow. This is actually real. It is happening.
Yeah, just surreal at the point. All right, I got a lot of questions coming in. Ask Foster about why his jersey is framed in Bogeys.
Well,
he's a fucking Bogeys legend. That's why.
Good friend, Clayton Mahaffey.
Yep, good friend. Friend of the program as well.
Yeah. So that jersey has a story behind it.
Okay.
Ooh, do tell.
That jersey was the last one.
The gold jersey at the end. Yeah, I see it.
2015.
Okay.
I actually struck out to end our season. And we were supposed to, turn our jerseys, whatever, get them washed. I'm like, no. You're going to get your jerseys, afterwards, whatever. But I never washed that, never did anything. Gave it straight to Clayton, whatever, had it framed. So that has sweat, whole deal on it. I wonder what it
still
smells
got it.
like. That's probably why there's mildew.
I'm about to say that's why there's mold on the glass.
Yeah,
I saw that a few minutes
it's
ago.
just roasting in there,
Okay.
That's beautiful. I
But
love it.
that's
So do you get any shit for that, or you just?
So that's
like,
the jersey that ended our great
is.
season that year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, depressing.
Yeah.
All right. Also was asked, ask him about playing Jarvis and Odell in beer pong and why we always lost.
I guarantee I know where this question came from. Because one, Jarvis and Odell didn't drink beer. They would drink, the snorkel shot,
Yep.
Okay.
They would drink that. And, I mean, they would just drain everything. It was, like, impossible to win. It would, like...
Superior athletes.
Like, you could be 3 feet behind the table, and they're still, like, right there on the
draining
table,
it.
just... Wow.
Hand-eye coordination through the roof.
Oh, my goodness. And I mean, it wasn't fair.
Oh man, what was times like with Jarvis and Odell out here? Y'all were playing beer pong.
Dude, I can't even imagine that.
Was
That
this
sounds
Gronk
like heaven.
days? Gronk came up here. Same. It was a couple years later.
That was earlier than that.
Okay.
All
right. Let's.
I forget what year that was, but
let's just talk about your favorite Bogeys moment ever.
Yeah.
The one that you can say.
There's too many.
There's some that you can't say, but like, what's your Bogeys moment? And that's going to be hashtag Bogeys moment. We're going to have to ask everybody, like, what's your favorite Bogeys moment?
Yeah, submit those
ever?
in the chat. We'll read them out.
Right. You have to be able to say it though on the podcast. You can't just like, well, there's one that I'm not going to talk about. There's got to be one that you can talk about.
It's almost all.
Dude, you got smoke. You got smoke coming out of your ears right now, thinking so hard about all these moments.
You thinking about it? You
My
think
brain's
hard,
going a million
bro.
miles an hour. It's like flashbacks. My hands are sweating.
Give this man another drink.
Yeah.
All right, one of my favorites. Not proud of. Well,
who is it? Who is?
Yeah,
Who is?
Who is? Remember that we had the bomb threat day when whatever campus shuts down.
Okay.
I remember.
And it was like after like one of my morning classes, and I read on Twitter, Bogeys opening 11 a.m. And so this place gets slammed with people, and it's 11 a.m. on like a Tuesday.
Okay.
And so the rule, and you can't go on campus, can't have it. There's no practice, there's no anything. And I didn't have a big breakfast that day. I'm hanging out with my good friend Clayton, on the back patio over there. And I thought it was a burp. It wasn't a burp.
You threw up everywhere.
And it was on Clayton's foot.
Okay.
And that was the only time I've ever been kicked out of Bogeys.
Wow.
He said, "Get out of here." Right.
Oh yeah,
then?
he
was
got
pissed?
one of the workers come grab me and take me out. I'm like, Clayton,
Was
fine.
it one of those like triggered, like he was about to get sick, like you threw up and he was
Probably.
about to throw up?
I mean, I ruined his 1960.
I can just see it now. Like he wasn't
1965 pair of Sperry's.
Yeah.
The best part was he wasn't mad. He was just disappointed.
Yeah.
That was
that's
it.
the
Like
worst.
he was like, I have to ask you to leave. I don't want to do this, but I have to.
Yeah.
ask
The
you
next
to
day
leave.
he texts me, he goes, man, I didn't want to do it, but
I'm sorry, but I had to.
You puked on my
Yeah.
Sperry's.
And
you ruined my
by the
day.
way, you're on shoe duty today. You're on
Yeah.
shoe duty.
My fingers hurt. Well, now your back's about to hurt.
Yeah, you just pull landscaping duty. All right, so football. I know you're still a big football fan, right?
Yeah.
So, what were your thoughts on like 2020 and like going into 2021? 2020 was just fucked up, bro. Like,
All together.
yeah, and we started a podcast. We started our podcast. It hadn't even been a year. It was the first day that we were starting. COVID literally just hit. We were about to do an Ole Miss baseball preview for the SEC series. COVID hits. Rudy Gobert blows up the world.
Seriously, I remember.
And everything changes. And we go into football season. Had all these expectations. Dude, Miles Brennan was going to be like our offense wasn't going to change a beat.
Nope.
Bo Pelini was going to come in and be aggressive defense and
What was that?
yes,
What was
I've never
that?
seen so much miscommunication.
dude. We were doing like
I think Mississippi State just scored again. Actually,
we were doing
Yeah.
Sunday morning reaction shows. We were doing Sunday morning reaction shows. We call them Coffee and Donuts. And we would talk about the game. And we did a Mississippi State one.
I remember.
And it was brutal, bro. I was still like in my feelings. I was like 623 yards past.
I remember tweeting you and being like, dude, I just listened to the podcast and I want to drive my car off this
Yeah, it
bridge
was
that I'm
bad,
driving
bro.
on. I'm like, we got to relax.
LSU.
So.
Wait.
Hey, Barb High alum.
Here we go.
Brody Dross.
Here we go. He's up.
Hey, Barb Buccaneer.
Barb is up.
Here we go.
Dude, all right.
Hit a homer.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's move on to that. These freshmen, we were talking about that before you came on the podcast, but these freshman hitters, you're super impressed, and I am too.
Yes.
Especially, I mean, Dylan Cruz. Like, there's no reason why this kid should be in college.
You know who credit goes out to?
Who? COVID? Rudy Gobert?
No.
COVID.
Nolan Kane, recruiting coordinator at LSU.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Is the best.
We need Nolan on.
Yeah,
so,
we do.
You'll reach out to Nolan for us.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
I got his number. No, but the fact that he, first off, when he first became recruiting coordinator, every class he has had since he started has been top 5.
Okay.
He is unreal. And to get Dylan Cruz on campus,
Yeah.
I think is one of the highest ranking prospects at high school to turn down draft money
Yes.
and come to school and ever. Like, he was the highest ranked ever.
Was he drafted last year?
So it was one of those deals where, hey,
his number was too high.
Well, no, we're going to take you. I think I don't know his specific number he turned down.
Right.
But hey, we're going to take you. And you got to think last year too, the draft, they only had 5 rounds because of COVID.
Right.
Right.
That's why everybody's loaded.
Yeah. And he turned down a very, I don't know the specific number, a very large sum of money to come to school. And that doesn't happen. Like, being the highest ranking prospect pretty much ever to actually make it to a college campus.
Right.
I mean, obviously it's showing.
Look what he's doing.
Look
it's unbelievable.
what he has. Already has 4 homers or something like that.
Yeah.
And, and he's not even skipping a beat.
Nope.
And just every at bat is professional at bat. It's a quality AB.
Yep.
And that's special. That's what's with every freshman too. Like Brody Dross right here. He didn't play the first 2 games of the season.
No.
But what happens when he got his chance? He is performing. He's having quality at bats.
Yeah. So a lot of the questions are the right side of the infield, and I guess you would say the left side of the infield, which is third base particularly.
The left side infield.
Yeah. So, left side, right side, left side.
Left side. Look at that from home
yes.
plate. Yeah.
So, Zach Arnold, I think, is your shortstop, and I guess the question is third base. And now, since they're playing,
the freshman,
Safford?
at
Thompson.
third base.
Jordan Thompson.
Yeah.
Jordan Thompson at third. I like him. There's a lot of questions about should you move Doty over to third and play a Safford at second. And I don't like that either. I like Doty where it is. I like the middle of the infield. It reminds me of you guys, like with Bregman and you, like that senior year where you guys had a strong middle infield. You were able to turn a lot.
Speaking of that, that's not a story. That's my senior year.
You have Bregman's phone number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll call him in a second.
Let's get him on FaceTime.
Yeah.
He wouldn't answer.
He's going to big time you?
He's probably driving his Lamborghini somewhere.
Oh my God! This guy
definitely earned.
He's a champ. I'm about to say he's a champ. He's a champ.
No, definitely earned.
He's a champ.
Yes.
Dude just signed a $100 million contract. Like, come on.
Yep.
He's unbelievable at what he does.
But he wouldn't answer his second baseman's phone call.
He wouldn't answer the second baseman's phone
why are you
call.
big timing me?
That's bullshit.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. No, but he as a player, oh my goodness.
Yes.
He's unreal. Obviously, and that speaks for itself. But that year, I hadn't played infield at all since I was in high school, and then a little bit my freshman year. And I played 1 inning at second freshman year, and then after that, I was outfield. Never played outfield in my life until I got to college.
Okay.
But that year, I get called from a workout. I'm over there working out. And the strength coach goes, "Hey, Mineri wants to see you at the field." I'm like, "Oh, goodness, what do I do now?"
Oh, yeah. Am I kicked off the team?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah. And I show up to the field and he throws me a glove. I'm like, he's like, second base. He thinks, all right. So I took ground balls at second base for 30 minutes, whatever.
Is Coach Maneri cracking ground balls at you?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, just. And he goes, all right, you're in there tonight. I'm like,
the
what?
Fuck?
And we're playing in East State that night on a midweek. And I'm like, I took maybe 40 ground balls. And all right, you're starting at second tonight. I'm like, oh.
I remember this. It was kind of like a big shakeup.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hey, guess who the first 3 plays of the game went to in the infield?
Of course, you.
Me.
No doubt.
Hey, they're gonna.
You handled it.
It's gonna find you. Oh yeah.
Because that was like the turning point of the season right there.
Yeah.
Like, that was the big move. And like we talked about this before, Maneri's a genius.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he does some really good. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Absolutely.
He's top of the top. I think right now he's a current head coach, the most wins in college baseball
winningest,
at any level.
I saw that stat the other day. Yeah.
And that doesn't just happen.
Yep.
One of his main things that I've always liked, what he says is, luck is the residue of design. And that means a lot. Luck is the residue of design. So you put in the work, you put in everything. It's not luck. That's preparation.
Right. Yeah.
That's, everything that goes into it, and when I tell you, he's taught me a lot about just not just baseball, life in itself though.
Yeah.
Just by going through certain things that can go through your everyday life, not just baseball itself. It could be lessons learned on the field that at some point are going to come out into, your professional career outside of baseball.
Did you learn a lot of that during your playing days or also during your assistant coach days? Which one more? Do you feel like things changed when
you grow into that perspective too.
Right.
You don't realize it when you're in it,
Yeah, during the playing days, it's always like, hey, I'm trying to compete. Obviously, I want to play. 1.
Yeah.
2, I want to be, help out the team, everything. But if I'm not playing, how can I attribute to the team itself?
Right.
That's being a positive mindset, positive guy, being on the bench, the bench mob, come on.
Right.
You got to be, the backbone. Someone's having a bad game, no matter what it is, or we're having a bad game. All right, hey guys, let's pick up the energy.
Yeah.
If that means, in college baseball it's illegal with dip. You gotta hide the dip. Did Dylan Cruz just hit another homer?
Did he?
I think he might have. Yeah, he did.
He
dropped it.
He dropped it?
Yeah, guy's got warning track power.
Yeah.
Come on.
So what we used to do in high school, same kind of thing.
Arnold. That was Arnold.
Is that 6-0 Tigers?
Cruz?
Yeah.
It was Arnold. Okay. What we used to do in high school to kind of get the energy up, we would when I was younger and sophomore, I wasn't playing yet. We would start stealing signals. Did y'all ever try to do that?
It's tough to do, and as you get progressing, getting higher, leagues and everything.
Yeah.
It's
wrong. You can't do it. You're not supposed to.
It's Bush League,
right?
Let's
lead it straight. I was Bush League in football and in baseball. I did it all.
All right, so how do you feel about the pitchers that are wearing the armbands?
Oh, don't even start it.
Dude, I saw it and I was like, this seems like it. It seems like it would A, get you out of rhythm, and then B, you would eventually get comfortable to it.
What it is, it's doing too much.
Yeah.
It's trying to change the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change the game. How are you going to get a guy, a college catcher, who wants to go to the next level? Do you see any guy in the MLB with a catcher not giving signs?
Right.
A pitcher with a
armband? I know. And then when the pitcher gets to the big leagues, how do you that seems like a whole different mental mindset.
To make that jump from college ball, you get drafted, whatever, then go to the next level. Then it's like, oh, I got to lock into signs. I got to, how many outs are there? What inning is it? And that'll get whatever you need to go with.
Right.
And they're not going to be prepared for that level, for that circumstance.
Yeah.
And I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Drew
I
Bianco.
agree.
Oh, did he just? Oh no, fly out.
Hey, but Drew
All right, so
Bianco's
Bogey's Bar in the chat is asking, would Jared rather fight 5 ducks or a duck-sized Nate Fury?
Wait. Say that again.
That's an intense question. Would Jared rather fight 5 ducks or a duck-sized Nate Fury?
Oh, I love Nate.
Pretty intense question.
I don't even know how to answer that.
That's rough.
You got to take a second to chew on that one.
I mean, well, get
5
it?
ducks.
Chew on it. Five ducks are gonna like chew on your feet, so they're gonna nip at your heels. Or a duck-sized Nate Fury. Nate Fury is just like an animal, right? I think it would be the 5 ducks, right? You'd rather fight the.
Yeah, 5 ducks.
All right, so here's a question: did Jared ever take a tertiary lead? All right, this is about me. All right, in high school, we had a player who we would do a secondary steal. We would do it all the time, and it always worked.
Catcher off guard.
Yes, and so we would do their secondary, and then we would go. Well, one time, I think the kid was supposed to go, and it was a secondary lead, and he takes his secondary and gets caught and like picked off. Comes back, and our coach was like he was a philosophy major, like he was like
A philosophizer.
he's very, very intelligent, and he said, "What were you doing?" And he was like, he goes, "I was taking my secondary, coach." And he goes, "Secondary, more like a tertiary." And the whole dugout was like looking at him like, "What the fuck is a tertiary?"
Tertiary is not a baseball term.
Right. Yeah, and it was you taking your 3rd lead. So tertiary is damn. No, it wasn't me. It was Latour. Damn it, Latour. Yeah, that was a tertiary. And everybody's like, and I think he was like, "What's a coach? What's a tertiary?" He's like, "Shut up!" Like one of those.
So pissed you can't even explain it.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Shut up.
All right. So, any cool football stories you got for us?
Yeah. Give us some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Give me some Les Miles quotes.
I mean, Les Miles, he's awesome. He's a great guy.
Well, he's in the media right now.
I don't know about that. But no, like there'll be times. I mean, you can ask most people. I mean, he'll give a speech. You know, be in the team meeting room. And he'll be going, talking about something and everything, and then like I'll start like looking to my left, my right, and I'm like, and then it'll end. I'm like, folk.
QB4 right here. That's right.
Throw him up.
And he does that, and he says, goes on one of these, just speeches and everything. I'm like I said, I looked at my left and right, and it's over. And I'm like, what the hell did he just say? I have no clue where that conversation was going.
So the pep talks were a lot like his press conferences.
Yeah. And honestly, that's what makes him so great. Is that
you're fucking juiced, but you don't know why?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, like,
let's go.
Wait, what just happened? That's what I tell you. I'll be like mid-speech. I'm like looking to my left, like, right, is anyone else like hearing this? Like, nah, I love Les. He's awesome. I like him. He's a good guy.
All right. Another question: is Kaylee Hartung the hottest reporter, or is it Brian Holland? I'm partial to Brian Holland, obviously.
Was that you? I knew it was you. I knew it.
You have a thing for Brian Holland?
No, but
Kaylee?
Yes.
Obviously. Oh yeah.
We can make that happen.
No, hey, I know her. She's awesome. Great family. She comes from her little brother Tyler. I'm very good friends with. He actually texted me. He's a private pilot. He cool job. I wish I was, if only I wasn't scared of heights, I'm that guy on a plane that's like doing breathing, exercises.
Yeah.
But no, Tyler, he actually texted me. I told him about, doing this tonight, and he goes, "Oh man, I'll get back from like one of my trips today." He goes, "I won't be there by 6:30, but I'm coming through. I'm gonna come."
Okay.
So he said he might be here, whenever, but he'll be here at some point.
Well, the after party.
Yeah.
Right.
The Daronte Jones.
That's what we do.
Bourbon
The
Club.
Daronte Jones.
That's when the Bourbon Club
the
turns
after
into the
party is
champagne
right.
room.
If y'all want to come, you need to come over to Bogeys now because the after party's going to get lit.
We're gonna,
Or it'll shut down by 9 o'clock because my wife will be texting me one or the other.
You took the words out
I'm
of
an
my
old
mouth.
guy.
My wife's gonna be like, "Where the fuck are you?" It's Wednesday.
The difference between y'all and me right now is I have no one to answer to.
Yeah. So
you're hunting tonight.
Wait. Okay.
Every night.
Every night.
No.
The ratio is pretty bad right now, actually.
One
do you
could
ever
say
think
it's
about that?
atrocious because the bartender does not count. So it's
Yeah,
the
her boyfriend's
ratio
here.
is.
There's only one here.
It's
her
yeah.
boyfriend was here. But
It's not good.
yeah, it looks like
Any
paddling
single
up, paddling
women
up creek right now.
that want to come here right now and meet Jared Foster.
Bogey's legend.
I mean, if Jared Foster can't get a date, then I definitely don't need to divorce my wife.
I'm glad I'm not
because
single.
It ain't happening for me, brother.
You know what?
It's not what it all. Don't give me all that bullshit. Like it's not what it's cracked up to be. Is that what you were about to say?
No, I just
He's like, "Fuck no, that's not what I was gonna say."
I think I just need to get out of Baton Rouge.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Come on, man.
Come
on,
on
Lee.
now.
No. I'm single. You know, hey, when it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna go into depths about that.
Are you trying too hard? Are you like
No,
too
I'm not
picky?
trying at all. I just got out of a long relationship about over a year ago.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Single. My number
Ready
is
to mingle?
My number is
Yeah, right. We'll post it later.
Yeah. Please.
I'm gonna get your cell
Jordan
later.
Thompson. Did Jordan Thompson just go yard again? No, he did not.
No, it's short every time. I know.
That's the third time you've had me emphatically look up.
Is this? We were talking about this earlier. Is this one of these off-speed pitchers for Southern that's
Probably,
giving us fits?
Kick him off the tour, Doug.
Yeah, tell me about these midweek games. How much did you love midweek games?
And tell us about your favorite uniform.
Yes.
What they're wearing right now. I was going to say earlier. Purple
Purple?
pinstripes. Purple with
Purple with
pinstripes.
pinstripes?
Purple
All
with
right.
pinstripes.
Okay, what about full pinstripe though?
I'm a
Full
full
pinstripe.
pinstripe. guy.
I like the full pinstripe.
Now I like the purple with the pinstripe. I love that.
And one thing I do not like about the new uniforms we have now, they don't have the piping.
Exactly.
I need the piping.
All white with no piping at all.
I need the piping.
That's
I need the
cool,
piping on it. Yeah.
Ooh, I got a good question. Okay, so I want to know a little bit about your superstitions, your baseball superstitions, and then I also want to know about any dugout superstitions for the dudes that you played with, because you play with some studs as well. So what was your superstitions, and then what were some of the team superstitions that were a little wacky?
Mine didn't really have too many superstitions. I try to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Just because every day is different.
Create your own destiny.
Yeah. But one thing I guess I would do, I would always put on my right sock for my left.
Okay.
It's always a sock thing.
That was one. And then I would always wear the same undershirt on my jersey.
I thought you were going underwear. I was like, that's interesting. Same undershirt. Okay.
Same undershirt every time. And then obviously when you get in the box, it's a routine, but walking up to the plate, certain guys hold their bat a certain way while they walk up.
Yeah.
I would always have my bat on the barrel.
Uh-huh.
And I would always tap it on my back. The handle against my back.
Lock in.
As I'm going, tap it on my back, just hit it. So that was one.
What was your stance? Your stance was like a normal stance, right?
I was more upright.
Okay.
I changed it a lot. But when I found my my go-to, whatever, I was more upright.
And you'll see, guys, I'm wearing a Todd Walker jersey. Dude, I wanted the Todd Walker stance so bad. Like the college Todd Walker stance, which was the high. I mean, it was high, waving around. I wanted that stance so bad. And I was like, dude, I don't have the hand speed of this guy. Yes.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
Because you can do whatever you want pre
as long as you get here.
Yep.
Hey, as long as you get into that.
And I wasn't fast enough to do that.
Fire.
Right.
As long as you're ready to go.
Yep.
But and one of the coolest, like my favorite is like, so my nickname is Jerry. Like Jerry, Jerry, and it happened my freshman year. We were on like a little bit of skid, whatever, and one of the older upperclassmen guys goes, "Hey, what freshman is going to do something to change our juju?" And no one said anything. I was like, "All right, I will." So all right, I didn't know what they had planned. They had it pre-planned what they were going to do. They bring me. I had a little bit of longer hair. They brought me into the the bathroom in the field and shaved me a like legit mullet, like side shaved, everything. Hey, they put the 3 lines in the side of the head.
Okay, well that's cool.
And
Were you just sitting there like, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
Cool that, and I'm like, honestly, I didn't really care. Like the rest of the guys were like, "Oh, no way!" I'm like, it's just it's hair. It's gonna grow back.
What do you think about the no facial hair rule going away now?
Well, he
Are
shook
you
it.
pissed about it?
Yeah, he shook it. Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not a facial hair guy to begin with.
Oh, hey, I have the ultimate chin strap. If I were to grow it out, it's awful. It's terrible.
I've done the who's the closer that we had? They went to the Giants. He was a big closer at the Giants. What's his name? He dyed his hair.
Yeah,
he dyed his beard or whatever. I forgot his name. But I used to do the lightning bolt like he would do in high school. I would have the lightning bolt going down the sides.
Dude, I couldn't even grow facial hair until I was till recently.
Till like yesterday.
I still can't grow a full beard at all.
No, with the facial hair rule, I liked it because it instilled like we're professional. This what it is.
Well,
but,
do you think that Dylan Cruz, if he shaved his facial hair, would be better looking than you were when you were in college? No shot.
Hey, but hey, I'm just joking. But, hey, he has a great mullet though, and it's legit.
He does.
A lot of people don't talk about that. That's the first thing I recognized when he hit his first home run, took his helmet off. I'm like,
he rocks it.
The guy's got an outstanding flow.
Jordan Thompson has it for a freshman. Blake Money.
Oh, Money's got a flow.
Kenny Powers, right?
Oh God,
does he not look like Kenny Powers?
He is Kenny Powers.
He looks exactly.
It's unbelievable.
Like He's my favorite. I actually tweeted. I said, "I'm sorry, Dylan Cruz, but Blake Money is my favorite player."
Let me tell you something. Money will be a meme. It will be a Money meme as it goes.
Well, do you know his brother's name, right? His younger brother.
I don't.
Cash Money.
No way.
Swear to God.
No way.
Did he take over for the 99 in the 2000s?
Probably. But it's a younger brother, and he plays baseball. I'm not sure if he's good enough to play for LSU, but it sounds like that's the lineage.
I wish that my wife was cool enough.
And
to
there's
let
a
me
kid
name my
named
kids
fucking Cash
like
Money,
Cash Money
that would be playing for
that's
LSU.
Incredible.
Wow. Well, hey, to have the last name Money. Come on.
I know.
You
got
options.
play with it, right?
You got endless options.
You got to play with it.
You got to make that cool.
You got endless options.
You can't name him
that's
like
the truth.
Bob Money. You can't do that. The kid's going to get picked on.
I don't even want to say this, but you were talking about your current status, and my dad texted me and said, "Tell Foster that you have an available sister." And I'm like, I don't know how to internalize that.
I mean, hey, that's your sister. I don't know.
I know. I can't. Like, I said it out loud, and I'm like, I can't even believe that. So shout out to my that just I can't. I don't know where to go with that.
You got any pictures?
No, I don't.
That's the tight droppings right there. You got pics?
I knew I shouldn't have read it. This is bullshit.
Oh, this guy.
Damn it. He's a hound dog.
This guy.
Shit.
All right, I got another question. It says, sorry, this has been talked about already, which it has, but Jared Foster's catch versus A&M in the bottom of the ninth was one of the best catches in LSU history. I know you talked about it already, but maybe recap a little bit of like what that meant to you and like.
Oh yeah.
A huge like LSU history moment, right?
Yeah,
no doubt.
But that wasn't your
junior year when I hit.
You were struggling.
Yeah, I hit a whopping 150 year.
Yeah,
it was great. It was probably the highlight of my career.
Dude, let me tell you something though. I was watching some highlights earlier, knowing that we were getting on the show, and I wanted to recap. When you gunned down the dude in the SEC championship against Vanderbilt, that was fantastic.
Was that a junior or a senior year?
That was my sophomore year.
Sophomore.
Okay,
That's when I had a really good year.
From right field, you gunned that dude down.
Yeah, because you always had a killer arm. That's why it was surprising when you were moved to second, which was like you don't need to have a killer arm at second, right?
No, that took us some adjustment too.
Yeah,
We had a ground ball,
sure.
and
you don't want to rocket it.
Christian A was playing first.
Yeah.
And like that game, against McNeese State, my first I take ground balls earlier in the day, and then you're starting a second tonight.
Yeah.
And I had one of those plays, and and he's like, "Geez, dude, I'm right here."
Yeah, just calm it down.
I'm like, "My bad, dude."
You're like, sorry, I hadn't had it in a while.
My bad, dog.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Is there anything better than gunning somebody out from the outfield?
It's awesome.
What do you like better, gunning somebody out from the outfield, or like the sprawling out Sports
Throwing
Center?
somebody out.
No doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
As a fan, I feel like that's got to be it too.
Throwing somebody
Watching
out.
y'all just gun it is the greatest.
Just let it eat. You know?
Let it eat.
That guy.
Well, senior year, you had a lot of rockets. You were hitting some bombs too. How many home runs did you have your senior year?
10.
10?
Yeah.
But it was like none of them were like close. They were all no doubters. It felt like.
Oh yeah, at Arkansas, I hit a big homer, and I threw the bat, and
yeah, you tossed it up.
It went a little further than I expected, and Maneri took me out of the game.
he
Solely
he
because
took
I did
you
that.
off because of your flip.
Because of your bat flip?
Yeah, that's how bad it
Oh.
was.
Oh.
That
Hey, and then he goes, you know what? This is the best part. He goes, Jared, I don't know if I'm gonna play tomorrow, but if you play, just be waiting your first at bat. They're gonna peg you right in the head. You better be ready for it. I'm like, all right. First at bat, Sunday game. Homer.
Yeah.
Did they even try?
No,
They threw it
What-
right in the
okay,
middle.
so what did you
No.
tell Coach in the dugout?
No,
That's the
I
question.
didn't say, all right, so I hit it, and I glanced at the dugout. I knew it was gone. I glanced at the dugout, and I just dropped the bat. And I come right past him. He didn't talk to me nothing. I put my gloves, my helmet in the in the cubby, whatever, and I look back at him. He goes, "You."
Oh, you son!
That little
You
smile.
owe so and so.
And I'm like, "Hey, you thought I was gonna get hit in the head?"
Maneri, I know there's different opinions about Maneri, but like Maneri feels like a guy that I like because an older guy, similar to myself, and I feel like I can still relate to younger people, and I know he can too, right? In some ways.
Hey, he tries to be hip.
Yeah, right.
But it's funny,
Dude, that's
yeah.
me.
Hey, one thing with the facial hair, like
Yeah,
hey,
he's
I
like,
wanna,
look, let me adapt to the
I
times
want
a
to
little
let these
bit.
guys, let loose a little bit.
Right, right.
And no, hey, when I respect by him, like Maneri is, he'll do whatever he can for you.
Yeah.
After ball, he's gonna be a guy for you. And he's never gonna let you out to dry, whatever. He's gonna be a guy.
Yeah.
And even the managers on the team, whatever, you need a letter of recommendation, whatever. Hit him up. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna speak on your behalf. He's gonna do whatever he can for you.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
All right, so we had a question about what was your slump buster? Can we talk about that?
Is that off limits?
We can get a little bit more Penelope while you think about that.
Slump buster.
Did you find your slump busters at Bogeys?
Oh no.
No.
Not here. This prime time place. No, let's not go there. Next.
Answer the question, he says. So need some more? He needs some more.
He needs some more juice.
He needs some more juice. Is it
That's what gets the
vodka?
people going.
He's got it's
Answer the question and you'll
We've
get
got
a
demands from
refill.
the crowd.
Home run Morgan, by the way.
bet you
Trey
would like
Morgan
that.
hit a home run.
Delicious. 7-0 Tigers.
Is it time for a
Does Jared have any good stories about playing Tulane? I know who this question's coming from right here. The Wave.
Oh yeah.
Slump Busters. It's probably a dual story,
I
right?
don't even know what that is.
A slump buster.
I'm joking.
No, he's like, no, I'm not answering that question. Okay, we're not answering
Yeah,
that
we're not
question.
going to a slump buster. No.
Any good stories about playing Tulane? Yeah, I mean, when y'all were playing, it was like a once a year deal, right?
It'd be we'd probably do.
Did y'all ever do
twice? It'd be a home and home.
Okay.
So play at my home one.
And maybe play at Zephyr one or something like that?
Zephyr was always against. It was in Southern Miss.
ULL or
it was Southern Miss first. The Wally Pond Classic.
Sure.
And then it would be. It was UL my last year.
Okay.
But yeah.
We need the Jared. He
Jared?
says he calls it the Jared.
The Jared.
He wants the Jared.
He wants you to go to Jared.
I need it.
Ole Miss and right field.
We talked
Yeah,
about
we
that,
talked about
yeah.
Ole Miss. All right, so who's got the trashiest SEC away accommodations for you guys? Like, where did you hate traveling?
And
to?
after that, we're going to talk about
Missouri.
uniform.
Oh, Missouri?
I bet.
Mizzou.
It's the worst.
First time, yeah, you just get into the SEC. We're going there to play. They're have machines shoveling snow off the field.
Oh, no thanks.
I'm like, hey, no, thank you. We're throwing snowballs our Thursday night practice for a series. Like, where
That ain't
are
right.
we?
Yeah, no thanks.
First off, why are they in
Too
the
cold.
SEC?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And they're still in the SEC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Why is
yeah.
it Missouri and not like
Why?
Florida State or something like that?
Like, no, just give me freaking. I don't know.
How do you feel about A&M? A&M you feel good about,
Yeah,
right?
because they're actually good. You know, they're good at sports, even though we do crush them.
We do crush
in
them.
every sport.
Yep.
Suck it. Gig
I'll pour
what?
another drink on that.
Gig what?
Yeah.
But yeah, Mizzou. Hey, why not have like all right, Oklahoma or something? Something.
Yeah. I mean, I've always thought about
Mizzou's very mediocre.
Florida State to me is like
Well, then but
Florida doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Florida doesn't want it at all. Okay. There we go. No, we'll get it on camera. There we go.
Drink deliveries coming in hot.
Here it is. Coming in hot.
What a toss.
Now we got another hour with Jared. Well, actually 2 hours. We'll just keep this going. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Hey,
All right. So we're gonna
time out.
we can take a time out. We
Yeah.
want to do let's do a commercial break.
Quick
and
commercial
then
break.
We'll come right back
We'll be right back with you.
and we will talk about I want to talk about uniforms next,
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Uniforms.
Ether Insurance is dedicated to helping the businesses and people of Baton Rouge secure affordable insurance tailored to their needs. With our curated network of insurance carriers, we provide the best solutions for home, auto, life, and business coverage. Ether Insurance, powering and protecting your world.
2020 took a toll on all of us. If you're going through a divorce or custody issue, let Dejan Law Office be by your side in 2021.
Dejan Law Office, fighting for what you deserve. 344-ANDY.
Brandon Lejean here, courtesy Buick GMC.
Call Brandon Lejean at 337-224-1867.
Come see us today, courtesy Buick GMC.
Join us for a drink at the Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. When Coach Jones isn't scheming defenses, he's scheming up new cocktails. Our cocktails may be old-fashioned, but his blitz packages aren't. So when you are feeling like you're in a zone and you need to switch to man, One Team, One Podcast. your trusted news source for LSU sports. Jackson Boss Sports and Matt Anderson, lead anchor. You know the place to go for breaking news. That's One Team, One Podcast.
Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious? Okay, we'll ask him that. All right, so we are here, Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. We're going to get some Carl Malone cigars up here in a second, too. So we're going to smoke some of those. PF Importers, appreciate you guys. We really want to push that a little bit. We actually have some Penelope Bourbon up here as well.
Shout out, it's delicious.
Also, big shout out to the One Team, One Podcast guys and the sponsorships we have for Courtesy Buick GMC, Courtesy Automotive Group in Lafayette. Those guys have been with us from the very beginning. We appreciate it. Brandon Lejean, his support. Also, Ether Insurance, Adam and Murado over at Ether. Great guy. You can check them out. They do home, auto, life insurance. You can go to their website and get free quotes. Also, Bear Process Safety, the Big Orange Bear, Adam Berry. He's been with us also from the beginning. That guy's a great guy. Process safety for plant industrial area. So any of you guys that are with that arena, so let your operations manager or anybody know that Bear Process Safety is out there. They're booking up deals. They're worldwide. So they're a modern age process safety company in Baton Rouge. Check them out as well. So, all right, we are back with and we also, we'll have to say this, we have another sponsor. It's Bogeys, but we also have Curbside. So Curbside Burgers on Government Street. We are doing the old-fashioned. We're doing the old-fashioned bracket. The next bracket is the burger bracket. We're going to do a burger bracket.
I'm getting on that one.
Do you want you'll come? I'll get you. I'll text you, and you can come with us, and we'll do the tasting or whatever.
Good burger, yeah.
So I'm gonna have to come up with 16 burger places.
That will not be hard.
But I'm gonna have
We
to
got
eat
that.
fucking 16 burgers, man.
Easily.
Like,
Hey,
one day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
one.
2 days.
I'm already said. All right. I guess it's got to be curbside, right? But the next 8. Raoul's. Raoul's Deli.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Raoul's, baby. Huh? I'm 42 years old. I am old guy. Raoul's back in the day.
You got to get the right one.
It's
I
not
agree
the
with
same?
that. I agree with that.
Okay, so the girls got to bake it. It can't be. Okay, I'm going to have to learn these tricks as it goes. But there's like fancy burgers out there now too. There's like Ben 77's got a fancy one. Bistro Byron's has got a fancy one. Stuff like that.
Yes, indeed. Burger Smith's got to be in there.
Burger Smith is not in there. I'm
Atomic
sorry.
Burger.
Oh, shit. Burger
Atomic
Smith.
Burger is not in there either.
Hey, triple melt.
That's crazy.
The triple stack?
I mean,
They're not in there. Burger Smith is not that great of a burger. And I do their advertising. Angie Doyle, shout out. But it's not good enough to be in the top 16. I'm sorry.
what about is Fat Cow still open?
Fat
Cow.
Cow, yeah, but
Fat
it's gone
Cow.
down. It's gone down.
Yeah, but I don't know though. I'm drunk every time, but Fat Cow did not fuck around with their burgers. Whew.
Used to be good, but it's not as good anymore. So old fashioned bracket.
Mondo Burger.
Mondo. Where's that?
Burger.
It's off a good burger.
See, this is where the kids go.
Yeah, I know, the
where
kids.
The
go
movie.
now.
It's the movie. Good burger. How can I take?
Oh hell yes, yes. I thought
Where?
I thought there was a Mondo
The
burger.
good burger.
Good burger, the movie.
Good. Oh, you.
Yes.
Okay.
Same thing. It went over my head. Don't worry
Keenan.
about it.
Good
I know
burger.
Keenan.
Welcome to Good
Yeah,
Burger.
Keenan
How
and
can I
Kel.
take your order?
How do I not know that?
I know.
Like, come on.
I know. I'm thinking it's something
Hey.
new and young.
If we had a, so you know, a Sleepy, it's a chain, but
What?
Whataburger.
Oh yes.
has a
Okay,
good
I'm not
burger.
on the hype
Hey,
train.
patty melt.
Yeah,
Every day of the week, I will eat that for a year.
dude. You know
See how much
what?
weight I
I
can
respect
gain.
it.
If you go wait in line on a Saturday morning at Chick-fil-A for like a honey biscuit or whatever, get out of there, go to Whataburger, and get you a honey biscuit at Whataburger, and it's 10 times better than
I actually, I agree with that. I had one in West Monroe a couple weeks ago, and it hit the spot.
West Monroe.
Yes, good old West Monroe.
Rebels.
So good places in Lake Charles to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, tell us about that hometown.
And are there any old fashions? So all right, we're going to the we're going to Kinder this weekend for a Kashada Resort for a golf tournament.
That's a little North Lake Charles.
Yes. So are there any good places to go for an old fashioned out there? We'll do a review.
I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've been to Kinder.
So no.
But
and you're not a
Dylan
bourbon guy.
Cruz just actually did hit a home run.
Yes, he did.
Cruz
actually, no, that's Arnold. That's Arnold.
Arnold again. Okay.
Arnie Palmer.
Arnold, how many is that for him? He's got 3 now, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4, yeah.
I think it's fair to say Gorilla Ball's back at the box. We're cranking the ball.
We look good.
We're cranking the ball.
But
do we
let's
have
talk about that?
Do we have the juice though? That's
what
the
we were
question.
talking about earlier.
Do we have the juice?
Every fucking team is loaded this year. Are we loaded enough to make a dent in the SEC this year?
We're gonna find out when it comes down to it. But yeah, paying attention to Ole Miss, Arkansas,
Mississippi State. Mississippi State goes to Arlington this week. Last weekend, and did they sweep that? I think they swept it. Their 2 and their 3 starter were actually suspended for the weekend, so they didn't even pitch.
Do we know why were they suspended?
I don't know, but it's
something stupid.
But they're loaded. Like all these teams are loaded. Man.
What do we need? Okay, so Jared, in your opinion, what do we need to watch right now in these early season games that are going to tell us if we have the juice to get through the schedule? Like, what are some key indicators that we need to watch? Because it's fun as shit watching them hit these home runs and drive up these scores. What do we need to see out of our pitching? What do we need to see to know whether or not we got it this year?
I think just a lot of the guys getting their confidence up. Getting the confidence up, going on the schedule, and it's a mindset, and coaches can prepare them for that. That's that's how it's going to be. And seeing the depth that we have and the amount of different guys we have going in and out, and they're all still performing.
Yeah,
all still doing well.
Yeah.
But when and honestly, you're not going to know until we get to that schedule.
Yeah.
Get to the SEC. Get to day in, day out.
The grind
of just their number 3 starter is still better than what we've seen.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And when it comes down to that, it's gonna be, and obviously we can say this: we're barely beating Nichols, we're barely beating these teams,
losing Air Force, right?
But at the end of the day, other teams, they're doing the same thing too.
Yeah, right.
I saw some of the day Mississippi State lost to whoever it was, some school, whatever.
Tulane, yeah.
Yeah.
Some random school.
He says
there's
some Tulane guy in the crowd over here who knows everything about Tulane.
We're getting roasted by the crowd here.
These fucking yats.
But we got some juice going. So how much does this juice translate to the SEC? That's the question. Like,
hey, if you have hitting the balls hard enough, round ball, round bat.
Yep.
Yeah, the pitching isn't as good. It's not as consistent, whatever. But if you can put the bat on the ball like we're doing right now and having these home runs and having consistent, solid
production.
Contact. And the best part is when you see guys, they'll rope a ball and come off the bat 100+ miles an hour, but it's an out.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll
come around.
Game. That's just the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree with that.
It's going to even out.
I
think the main thing is with us right now, we're playing these teams, right now, early in the season.
Yeah.
But the consistency of the quality at bats that we're having as a team as a whole, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because we're taking walks, we're,
meaningful at bats.
Hey, and it's not just going up there and just
strike out our home run.
Hey, and just like pissing away in a bat.
Yeah, and a lot of like early hits, like swinging early. You're not taking
Well, hey,
pitches.
I was epitome of I'm swinging early. You know,
Right.
I'm chasing that fastball, and you want to be aggressive, but I want to be, how do you say it?
Tactical.
Aggressive at the plate, but getting your pitch, and you want to hit early. You want to attack the fastball. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, that's the bottom line. I want to attack the fastball. You know what? And the easiest way not to strike out is to not get the 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do not get the 2 strikes.
What pitch,
and it's gonna happen.
What pitch did you hate the most?
What I hated the most? Just a guy that, hey, mid-90s guy with a fastball and his hard slider. Just a hard slider that.
And you knew it was coming.
What was the year?
Frustrating. Dude.
Aaron Nola was pitching, and you guys played Jonathan Gray from Oklahoma.
2013.
Jacoby
Jones broke it open by hitting that double.
Yes.
And it was what, a 0-0 game?
That was the most intense game I've ever remembered being at or whatever. And it's like, man, the anything is going to change this game because you got 2 like studs.
And they both went first round.
Yeah. And I think I was talking to my dad and I was like,
Nola went 7 overall.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Gray went 4
dude,
or
Jonathan
5.
Gray's stuff was like, dude, this is
at that
ridiculous.
time, before, now everybody throws 100. I don't know how that happens. It's crazy. But at that time, Jonathan Gray was the only guy that was throwing consistently upper 90s as a starter.
Right.
And Nola was 92 to 95, and everything Nola throws moves.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is nothing straight.
Right.
And he pounds the zone. So as a hitter, that's a good thing to see, a guy that's consistently in the zone. So you're going to get something good to hit, but everything he throws moves.
Yeah.
So that makes it that much more difficult. But yeah, that game when Jacoby Jones broke it open, I remember like it was yesterday.
What year were you?
I was a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay.
Yeah. And Jacoby Jones hit that.
Well, we went like 2-1, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacoby Jones hit that double. And I forget who was even on base, whatever, but
that was the best elite pitching matchup I've ever seen.
The first run that was scored in the entire game was like the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, because both pitchers were just fucking incredible. Yeah. I was telling my dad, I was like, man, I don't know if we're going to be able to score a run on this guy. Like, there's no way. Like, this guy's so good. And you just had to get him in that pitch count. Like, that's what I love about postseason. Is like, man, you got to stud on the mound. You like, if we can just get him to like that deep pitch count.
Yeah. And
like, you got a shot. And like, I mean, we're so blessed as LSU baseball fans to like have lived through all of the history of LSU baseball.
That's why LSU baseball fans, that's why I will say one thing. It's when it comes down to they're like, oh, we lose the Air Force. And how many people are like, oh,
sky's falling.
doesn't know what he's doing,
Yeah,
this
right.
and that. And like,
why didn't you play Devin Fontenot?
Like, hey, bud.
Relax.
It's, how hard it is to go undefeated in baseball?
Yeah,
It
right.
doesn't happen.
Right.
Has it ever happened? No.
Yeah.
Like, slow your roll. Your JV playing days in high school.
You're talking
You're
to
a
me
Twitter
right
coach.
Now. You're like blasting me right now. You don't even know
he doesn't
it.
even know it. That's it's beautiful. I'm sitting back and laughing
This
about
guy.
this.
Right.
This is
This
fantastic.
guy.
So
Never
Dad's
coming on
cheeks
the
are getting
show
red
again.
right now.
So she's one of those guys. You can't trust
A hot take, man. That's
Yeah.
it.
can't trust people like that.
I will say this. This year is different. And this year, with everybody being loaded, everybody has 5 recruiting classes in. You had to shorten major league season. You got guys on campus that shouldn't be on campus, like Dylan Cruz. He should be in the minors. But everybody's got these
Dylan
guys.
Cruz should be in big league camp right now.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Right.
It's gonna be a fucking battle this
And
year. That's
these
a fact.
guys are going to be on campus for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like, and we talked about that a little bit before this, but like, what do you think about? I mean, we haven't seen. I'm going to get Ben McDonald on in a couple of weeks and like talk to him about
He's
like,
awesome. I love him. He's awesome.
yeah, and he knows. the national or like the SEC landscape as it is. So to see like, okay, what does Ole Miss really have? What does Mississippi State really have? What does Vanderbilt really have? Some of these teams are like, they're freaking loaded.
Yeah.
They have Dylan Cruz's
Ole Miss,
just like we do.
Ole Miss and Arkansas.
Arkansas,
I've watched a tidbit, here and there, some of their games, whatever, and some highlights, and I'm like, goodness.
Yeah.
These guys are stacked.
Yep.
Man, that's just how it's going to be, whatever. But onto the gauntlet, and everybody's playing each other SEC play. It's going to separate the boys from the men.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's how it is every year. And this year has a big, aspect to it, as in, like you said, we got more guys that have come to campus, come to school.
Yep.
More
they
guys,
expanded the roster.
Yeah.
And now I'm super like excited and just to see where we like, not just us, but this SEC.
Yeah,
in general.
it's the best college baseball season ever.
Probably ever. Yeah. It's going to be so entertaining.
If you're not an SEC or a baseball fan in general, you want to watch. You want to watch this year.
Yeah.
You want to watch this year.
Exactly.
I agree.
This is not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was worried about with this team was the hitting. I felt like we were going to have good pitching. And how it compares to the other pitching staffs is the question, but a lot of low scoring games this year.
And when I say like with pitching, other schools like Vandy has guys that are throwing consistently upper 90s. But hey, we got Jaden Hill.
Yeah,
he's gonna go probably.
Marceau looks great.
Oh, Marceau. But like people don't remember how Marceau, he turned down over $1 million to come to college.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It needed a year to adjust.
He is good.
Yeah. So this is his
junior.
So this is
his
junior.
Year.
Yeah. So last year was his second year, and he never got a year.
Yeah.
But he needed that time to kind of adjust and get. Because I remember his freshman year, he was like
he was off and on. He would crush. He
right.
would have a very good outing.
Right.
And the next he was just inconsistent. Mm-hmm. And as a freshman, being a weekend starter as a freshman,
yeah,
I mean that's tough to do, no matter what position you're in.
Right.
And to see him like everything's full circle. Everything's coming into he's coming into his own as a player, and it's just exciting to see. And I'm saying like with guys, all these other teams that they got guys that throw consistently hard. But the bottom line is, can we get outs?
Right.
Alan Dunn, pitching coach, the best as a person, as a pitching coach, whatever. Alan Dunn is awesome.
Yeah, tell me about that dude because his intensity, his fire, like when we see him come out of that dugout, it's unbelievable.
He fires me up,
dude. I get fucking fired up as a fan when I see him come out of the dugout.
He is awesome, and he's turned down head coaching jobs in the SEC. He went to Alabama.
Yeah,
he turned down. Right. He turned down the Alabama job. He's turned down multiple other schools' jobs because he is locked in on developing pitchers, developing men.
Yep.
Developing men.
Yep.
And he does not care about the media, all these things. He keeps it. That's why he doesn't want all the extra blah blah. It's baseball. Baseball.
Yeah.
Only.
Right.
Oh, you could tell he eats it. He eats it, sleeps it, breathes it. Like
that's what he wants, and that's what he's going to do. And he's awesome, man. He is as a person, as a man, like. He's one of my favorites, people have ever been around.
That's awesome, man. As a fan, we can see that watching it through our like the impact that he has on the program. It's awesome, man. That's so good to hear.
And I was just saying about the pitching wise, like all the others, maybe as a pitching staff, all these other schools maybe as an average velocity, they throw harder. But hey, who's gonna get outs?
Yeah.
Who's gonna get outs? Because you know what? That's what wins games.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Get the other team out more than you get out.
Yep.
And that's what his game plan is. That's how he's, and it doesn't matter. You can go up there and throw mid 80s, but if you can place a ball and you're going to pitch where it's supposed to be, there you go. You're going to get outs.
Well, the good thing that I see with this recruiting class is obviously that they're going to be around for 3 years. Like, dude, I don't know. I don't know the last time I've seen this, except for when it was literally gorilla ball that we had guys like this on campus. Like Dylan Cruz, to me as a freshman, is better than Alex Bregman as a freshman. Wouldn't you say that?
At the plate.
I mean, the guy's a monster. The guy's like I keep hearing Mike Trout.
Dylan Cruz does not go 1-1 in 3 years.
In 3 years.
Yeah.
Like Bregman went number 2.
Yeah.
Very deservingly so. And Dansby Swanson that year went number 1.
Yep.
Dylan Cruz will be. Oh, I think he's a
like
one.
What a
He's
mistake.
A 1-1 guy.
Do you feel like the Braves made a mistake there? I felt like the Braves made a mistake there.
Oh.
Like why isn't Bregman the number one?
Dansby got by the Diamondbacks. He got traded to the Braves.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And at that point, coming out of college, dude, Dansby, hey, so Bregman's like, all right, so it says his height and weight on TV, whatever is LSU, and he said he was 6 foot. BS. He was like 5'10".
Yeah. He was the Matt Anderson.
Hey, but Dansby Swanson's legit like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
And he had more homers, whatever.
Yeah, I've seen Bregman at tailgates, and I'll stand right next to him, and I'm the same height. The only difference is that he's around like 2 girls. That's the only difference between me and Bregman.
Yeah. So
the only difference.
I'm gonna reserve comment. I had so many funny things. I'm just gonna reserve.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. What was Bregman like in the dugout as a player? What was his teammate?
Heard he's quirky.
Talking about superstitious.
Yeah.
Okay, he was.
Dude, he seems like a quirky dude. I don't know him, and
he's superstitious.
Okay.
To the max.
Like any baseball player. Yeah.
Huh?
Like any good baseball player.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna say some of his superstitions because it's just, but he is the epitome of like the superstitious baseball player. That's
Yeah.
That's him.
Hey, and every guy's different. If that works for you,
go for it. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Whatever makes you play better, go for it.
Yeah.
And obviously it worked. It worked.
Yep. For sure.
Because he's an outstanding baseball player. MLB All-Star in the home run derby one year. World Series champion.
Yeah, I'm gonna say champ.
Signs a $100 million contract. Yep. Like, come on, what more do you want?
Yep.
You know?
I want those kind of superstitions.
Exactly. Like, pass those my way. But yeah.
Is he the best player you played with?
Best player I played with?
Yeah.
So as the best athlete I've played with, Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacoby Jones. He is an absolute animal. He's a deer. Like, he runs. He's unreal. Like, he is.
There are no words.
Best athlete I ever played with. 100%. No
anything like you guys would do, like that, one of those guys, like you guys would play pickup basketball or something like that, and it was like you do it.
Jones.
Yeah, right.
He's up there with athletes I've played with.
Yeah. What about pitchers like in like that you guys would go up against in like
Nola?
Yeah.
Nola.
Yeah.
Would he
do that
like
nasty
lock
stuff,
you up?
man. Nasty stuff.
You ever like buckled your knees or anything like that?
Consistently.
Consistently.
Like, I don't care what he threw. I'm swinging somewhere. He threw a curveball laying in the grass for home plate. I'm trying to hit it on the bounce. That's like my best shot. That'd be like my best shot of actually making contact.
Who was that?
Dylan Cruz.
Cruz.
There you go.
Hey,
yeah.
I knew he was gonna have one at some point.
Our guy.
He 3 times.
That's it. Yeah, that's his second one today. He hit one earlier.
Yeah, he hit one early. He could have hit. This could have been his third. He had one to the warning track, like to the wall. Yeah, it was a pop up. This guy is hitting major league pop-ups. His bat speed. I mean, have you ever seen a bat speed like this in college?
Mine.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. This guy.
Hey, what I want to see is them have a little more like pimp. Come on.
Yeah, bring the juice. He's bringing the juice on the field, but I need a little swag.
No doubter. Don't you have to necessarily throw it?
Yeah, I need a little swag.
But give me a little give me a little swag.
Hey, he learned from you. He learned from you. That's not what Coach wants to see.
No, he's like,
He's like, I'm not getting benched next week.
No, Dylan, we don't do that.
Yeah, if he ever pulls Dylan Cruz out of the lineup, something's wrong.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
All right.
What are your thoughts on Dylan Cruz being for leadoff? Because I'm like so anti leadoff.
All right, Matt's hard on that.
I'm like, dude, I'm like livid about it.
So I like it because he's going to give a good at bat every time.
This guy's
he's going
never
to
coming
get on
back
base.
here again.
He is going to get on base.
Yes.
No, he's going to clear the bases.
Hey, just because this lineup is right now.
That's the beauty of early season baseball is we're working it out.
It's going to change consistently.
All right, who's 9 on this game? Like, who's playing in the 9 hole? Because like when
think about it. My senior year, I hit 10 home runs. I was batting in the 9 hole.
Yeah, I like that though. No.
Boom.
But you
why?
you had a good on base percentage, right?
No,
you didn't. You were striking out or hitting home runs.
I told you I was swinging. I was swinging.
You were swinging at like everything.
I was swinging at balls that hit the grass before I got the home plate.
Freaking A, Maneri, what are you doing? All right, so I like the Giacomo is a guy that whenever
when
he comes back I want him playing in the 9 hole.
He should be a 9. Yeah.
I want him 9.
Hey, his thing is,
if you want to play Cruz at 1, do that.
Giacomo has juice.
He's got the juice.
He has pop in his bat.
Yep. I agree with that.
If he makes contact, okay.
But he'll strike out a lot.
And how fast he is.
Yes.
How long is he out?
I think it's like 2 weeks.
He pulled
period.
his
2 weeks.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's nothing to fool with.
Right.
You tweak it again like that, and you're out
Yeah,
again,
no.
Yeah,
so
I think it was like a 2
give him
week
some time.
And that's the who's playing short? I mean, who's playing center now? Sanford.
Right here.
Mitchell's Sanford.
Hey, this guy's swing. Yeah. I bring it up.
This is sophomore year, right?
Yeah, his swing is beautiful.
Yes.
I like his stance.
Dude, I love
his
these lefties,
swing.
man. I there's something about lefties that I love with this team. And what was it? Was it the 2015 team that had like all these lefties that I remember? I don't remember which team it was.
Enjoy the righty.
Yeah. Was that the Rafe Rhymes year?
No.
Where he was right?
13 and 14 was Rafe.
Yeah.
13 and 14. So it might have been.
No.
It was 1 year where we had like
Rafe
all
was 12 and 13.
All right. What you played with Rafe in 13 and 12, right?
Yeah.
So you're a freshman and sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on Rafe?
He's awesome.
Dude,
Beast.
Bro.
Contact like crazy, right?
Hey, one of our coaches would call it the Rafe Muta triangle. In right,
Rafe Muta triangle.
In right center. No, hey, no, crazy. Like that's where, dude, he can just put the bat on the ball.
Yeah,
One.
no doubt. He was a contact dude all day.
Hey, and then the craziest thing was we're playing at Kentucky 1 year. And he has that report,
Yeah.
Kentucky shifted their infield. That's how good of a hitter it was. They shifted their infield towards poolside. So the second baseman kind of playing up the middle, shortstop way back in the hole, whatever. He went his first 3 at bats, and they stayed like that. He literally kept his hands inside the ball and hit routine ground balls right at the second baseman where he's supposed to be playing.
Yep, right through the gap.
Singles.
Yep, that's beautiful.
He had so much bat control.
Yeah,
he could do that. Hey, and then they went back normal, and he hits a homer his last at bat.
I could not believe that year that we got to Omaha that we couldn't UCLA was the tough loss there, and UCLA had that pitching, man. That Trevor Bauer for crying out loud, right?
UCLA only made it to the postseason because they won their conference tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were a 500 team, and then they won the College World Series.
Yep.
That year we were 56-9.
I know.
Going into the College World Series, we had single-digit losses going into the final stage of college baseball.
It was the best season that
and we went 2-0.
Oh, dude.
And we went 2-0.
Yep. And it was so apparent that year that You had the TD Ameritrade where we were hitting like bombs.
Christian Ibarra hit it twice. Christian Ibarra, third baseman.
Yep.
And
He
was
hit 2 balls
warning
right
tracks.
on the wall. Right on the wall.
Would have been
and
out.
It just died.
Died.
Yep.
And those guys were just slapping it,
Bunning.
getting on base,
Small ball, yeah.
stealing second,
It's
and
it's
they were bunning a guy around.
It's that California.
Yep.
Yep.
It was so frustrating to
Pac-12
watch.
baseball.
I remember.
And it was like, do we need to change how we play? You
Yeah.
know? And I remember, I think it was the next year, if I remember right, that's when Andy Cannizaro came in, right?
2015 he came in.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 years.
2 years
yeah.
later.
2 years later. And it was like, okay, all of a sudden we started running more. 2015.
So for what I had some speed, whatever. I could steal bases,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't get the steal sign all the time. I was 10 for 10 on stealing bases.
Okay.
But
You
he
sound
took-
like you took that
he
personally.
didn't. Yeah, I did. He still wouldn't give me the steal sign. I'm like, come on, coach, I can do
Come on,
this.
Cano.
Like,
Yeah.
But no, Monero would be having the signs, whatever. And
Okay.
obviously, there's certain situations you need to steal. There's certain situations for everything. Like, dang, let me loose, you know? Like, let this guy go. But,
I mean, you think Cannizaro is going to get another shot here?
Here? No.
Not here, but like in general, like
It wouldn't
at a
surprise
big
me.
school.
It's gonna take some years. He ruined.
It was really bad.
He ruined. Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just, you say that, but I'm thinking of guys who are like get shots like crazy, and I'm like, how does this? Like, all right, football. Steve Sarkisian is the head coach at Texas.
Because he was able to stay within big programs, being a level down.
Yep.
Being an offense coordinator or offensive analyst.
Yeah, it's like he licked his wounds.
And he went
figured
down.
it out.
So
yeah.
Cannizaro's gone down to high school.
And
now.
in college baseball now, he's at Holy Cross.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And for him to get like a coaching, you know, because think about on a football team, how many coaches there are, and on a baseball team, there's 4.
Right.
There's not even just on the offensive side of the ball. There's like 10. You know.
Right.
You got the offensive coordinator, you got the running backs coach, you got the tight ends coach, you got the offensive line coach, you have the wide receivers coach, you have the passing game coach.
Yeah.
You got, you know, you have all these coaches. Just that right there outbeats the entire staff of a baseball team.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he hasn't had that. I mean, it's going to take some years. And, you know, if he does get back, you know, but
You think he wants it at this point?
yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, if that, you know, he came up stardom really quick.
Yeah.
And got that head coaching job at State. And, you know, everybody knows what happened, whatever, and, you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
And, you know, that's just going to take time to, you know, repair those and heal those wounds.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah, I
And-
don't see it like another big job immediately.
Not right yet. Not right now.
Is this Mo Hampton right
Yep.
here?
Oh,
Rip.
that a baby. Rip.
Right there. Fair. And like let him run.
Yeah, seriously.
I've been waiting.
He's
for
already
Mo
standing on
Hampton.
second.
I've been waiting for him to let loose here. Here's the problem with Mo Hampton is that he's going to go back to spring football. Yes,
know.
he's going back to spring
Is he going
football.
to?
Yes, that's kind of what he said. I
Well,
don't know
hey,
if it's gonna
depending on
change
how
or
much,
not.
hey, if he keeps
That
playing
happens.
baseball,
Yeah.
If he
You ain't lying.
performs and he can get to a center field role.
Hey, but the good deal thing is with Maneri and, you know, how much communication they have. You know, because Jared Mitchell did it.
Yeah.
Chad Jones.
It can
did
work. Yeah, I agree. It
Yes.
can work.
It can definitely happen.
Yeah.
And how they're going to be on the same page. That's what's so cool about that and the aspect of, because a lot of other programs, they're not going to be, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
On the same page. And, you know, the football coach, like, no, I want them here, you know, or vice versa. But they're going to do the best interest of the player itself.
Yep.
You know, and spring football is mainly, tune in, like a tune up, learn the defense, learn whatever. But now the defense, I didn't think about that new defense coordinator coming in.
Yep. You need to get him. You need to be
We
on
need to, you know,
campus.
get a part of his scheme.
Right.
Yep.
He needs to be, you know, learning those, you know, things. But
Yep.
there's ways you can do that.
Yep.
He doesn't need to be out there, you know, full patch.
And we'll ask Daronte when he comes on here.
Oh,
what he
and
thinks
we'll
about,
we'll get an exact answer on
Maurice
this. Yeah.
Hampton.
But
Dude, I got to tell you, so a couple months ago, I was on the fan council for LSU, and we had Coach Eddie.
Oh, okay, so you were on that. Okay.
I was on the fan council. Yes, I was on the fan council, one of 25.
what is that?
So LSU did a they did a poll where they had people submit resumes as fans, and they chose around somewhere between 25 and 30 fans to represent LSU fans in general. We met with administration, coaches, etc. Where I was going with this, somehow I was chosen. I don't know how. I got a phone call from the associate athletic director.
They're
one
like,
day
"Oh, you work at
randomly,
Lamar,"
and I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." So, but when Coach Eddie Smith, hitting coach, got hired, he came in and actually, when we did the whole tour of Alec Box Stadium and talked about baseball side of things, he came in and talked to us in his first year. And I think he had been hired like a month or two prior, and then we had the COVID season. We never really got to see what he could do, and now we're watching these dudes crush the ball.
Yeah.
And really play well offensively. I'm fired up for the dude because we could see his excitement when he came in, and we could see what he wanted to do.
It's a process, yeah.
Yeah, and seeing it come to fruition now, watching this game, it's like, damn, man, like this dude delivered on what he said he wanted to do.
Right.
He saw it. He saw the potential. We had the hiccup with COVID, but these dudes are crushing the ball. We just hit another base hit. I mean, it's awesome watching these guys.
We're playing Southern. Calm down.
I know. But man, we're seeing it. It's like eventually,
What's the
7
score here,
games,
Jack?
8 games, 9 games.
Huh? 11-0.
11-0.
Okay, what inning is it?
What inning?
11-0.
Okay.
Bottom 6.
They got a guy trying to throw knuckles against us.
Not yet. I'm just waiting for the submarine guy to come in.
Submarine guy's coming later.
The worst is like we were playing Grambling one year, and they brought in a lefty submarine.
Ooh.
When do you ever see those?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, Lord.
Was that some of the nastiest shit you've seen?
It's just frustrating.
What? Yeah.
It's coming in at a whopping 63.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you rather like 101 mile an hour
Yes.
fastball
Yes.
all day than the
Yes.
nasty submarine?
100%.
Okay.
Somebody said Andrew Martin says the 2013 loss to UCLA remains one of the most frustrating losses in baseball I've ever
Completely
seen.
agree, Andrew.
Yeah,
Completely
remember
agree.
they did the hidden, the whole trick play at
Yes.
second base? I was at second
Yes.
base when that happened.
They did.
Hey, I stood up and I'm like, because the second baseman totally ruined the whole
They
thing.
did everything they could to score and move runners.
He totally ruined. The second baseman did the totally
We just hit another home run. By
I'm
the
at
way.
second base.
Another home run?
Yep.
Well, there you go. Was that Jordan Thompson?
Yeah.
Looks like Jordan
Hey,
Thompson.
what are y'all's thoughts on wearing eye black at night?
Ooh, no, I almost need you to tell me
Whoa.
that. I need you to tell me that.
What is it because of the
glare
lights?
from the lights?
Or is it just bullshit?
Yeah.
Is it swag? But is it
Option B?
Yeah, was it still on from the day game?
It might have been.
No,
We
it
played a
would've been-
doubleheader
more-
today.
It would have been more smeared than that.
Oh.
Okay. So it was completely like,
Yeah, that's asinine.
is it a superstition?
Maybe it is for him. Good for
Okay.
him.
Hey, whatever brings the juice, I'm down
Somebody
with
said,
it.
can we get a live show with Jared for the LSU March 23rd? Got a Tulane guy over here. I know where that comes from.
Nola at Tulane?
In New he's going to do the do the chant.
One or two.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no clue.
I don't know if it got picked up on the mics or not.
I
but
hope we got that on the
I had
mic.
no clue what you just said.
Yeah,
Me neither.
nobody does. That's another thing. They in New Orleans they say most
Ooh.
probably.
Okay, wait. I just got a
Most
text.
probably.
I got a text from a buddy though who said Drew Brees wears eye black in the dome. So where are we at on the eye black?
I love Drew Brees. He can do whatever he wants.
Okay, all right, I'm with it.
Oh, okay.
But it's still Bush League.
Do you want to talk
It's
about the Saints? What do you want
Yeah,
the
what are your
Saints
thoughts?
to do here?
I did see that the Saints did we release Jared Cook today?
I don't know.
Thank
No,
you.
his contract's up, so he's a free agent.
He's out. I saw something today. I think he's out.
There's no way Jared Cook's coming back here, right?
No, he's out.
I've
I'm glad
heard
Goodreads-
Jimmy Graham wants to come back. And
I've
I'm
heard
like,
that as well.
You know what, bro?
Hey, the ultimate mess up as a player. He should have never left.
Absolutely.
I know. I agree.
I'm
totally
completely
ruined
with
his
you.
career.
Agreed.
Yeah. What are you doing?
He could have been a Hall of Famer.
He's
I
still
agree.
a great player, but you missed out on Drew Brees in some of his prime years. Are you kidding me? You were the number one tight end in the league solely because of the Saints offense won. And the fact that Drew Brees got you the ball.
Yes.
Yep. Agreed.
Like,
why are you
And you
messing
balled
this up?
out. I mean,
why
you
are
made some
leaving
incredible
a Sean
catches.
Payton,
Yeah.
Why are you leaving a Sean Payton offense?
Agreed.
Because these guys that leave that.
I'm going to go to the Bears.
No thanks.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
Because you wanted more money. Like, come on, bro. Like you're losing money at the long
come
run.
on. At that point, let's really think about it.
All right, I was asked.
You missed out on $5 million. Okay.
Right.
You're still getting 60.
Yeah.
I was asked Jared to dance to Adele Nola Bounce.
That came from Clayton Haffey.
Yeah. So
Let's ask Clayton to dance that.
Clayton, can you dance the Nola Bounce?
Nola
for us?
Bounce.
He's asking. No,
We
he
got a
wants
finger
Jared
point.
to do it. Jared's got to do it on.
I can't do it.
All right.
Can't do it.
I'm also asked, can you imitate Maneri as good as Jacques Doucet? You know, Jacques.
Way better. Yeah.
Way better than
Ooh.
Jacques Doucet?
You got the floor, son. Let's go.
Go ahead.
You got the floor.
He'll never watch this.
Jesus.
Like that.
When he gets like really,
So,
when he
all
gets going, his voice picks
All
up.
right. The other day we had Jacques on, and Jacques did a quick Maneri for us, and he was like, I think he said, "Come on, Matt, like, dang it," like that.
Well,
And he was like,
I've never heard,
so
I've never heard him say "dang it."
But he does it to reporters, I think. But then he said,
Come on.
but then I retweeted it. I like cut it and I put it out on a tweet. And Jacques told me, take that down, please, because Maneri is very like on edge right now. And I think it was after they lost to Air Force.
Yeah, it was right after that Air Force loss.
He was not happy, and I think he got on somebody that was trying to imitate him. Like he was not happy about it.
Mary's like he's awesome. Like hey, he understands. You know, he has his feel. You know.
Yep.
Yes.
And he knows that because when he's in a good mood, certain guys ever come out of the woodwork like while the team is giving a speech and like oh hey, and like kind of like talk like him for a second. He'd be like, who are you talking like?
Yeah, right. What do you think
he
you're
goes,
doing?
like, that's you, coach. He goes, no, that's not me.
No, you kidder.
No, but he's awesome, man. He's awesome.
So give me your time at LSU when you were there, like as a coach.
Okay.
So what did you take out of that? And like,
did you be on the background of it? Seeing on behind the scenes things that go on, like some meetings and everything. It was
that
really,
you didn't know were happening.
Yeah, and how much goes into like work, how much goes into depth about making him the lineup and all those things.
Right.
Situational
tweaking of a
and
roster.
There's
like
so much
to
more that
line up.
goes on, even as a player at the time, that you don't realize that how much actually goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was very very, very cool to see, eye-opening and like, wow.
So when you were in the room with like Maneri, you, Nolan Kane,
Dunn,
yeah, and it's just awesome, just having, just to sit around and talk about, guys, their strengths, their weaknesses, what can we work on with certain guys?
Yeah.
How do we want to use this pitcher and situational type things, and how much
was he the one that coming up with like, okay, I'm thinking about this?
Hey, that's what's cool. Everybody's input.
Yeah.
It's a team thing. It's a whole. And like I said, like just like this game's not all right. It's Southern, whatever. But hey, there's still so much background, so much thinking that comes into it.
Yeah.
And how we're gonna pitch certain guys, or just certain things about the game.
Are y'all watching a lot of film on like a game like this? Are you watching film
when
afterwards?
I was in college, we did not. Well, we didn't do the film thing.
Yeah, but what about
now,
coaches?
Oh yeah.
You're watching film like crazy on
to get
this.
a scouting report, what certain pitchers have,
But afterwards, like, you watching a game like this and like looking at how a guy took a ground ball at second or anything like that? No.
Now they have more technology, have everything. You know, they can do those type of things to make those corrections on the fly.
Okay.
You know, like maybe the next day we're gonna go in and or they have a one-on-one with your coach, whatever, and like, hey, see, like this is where you're at. I want you to go here, you know, there, whatever.
What did you want to give to players, like as an assistant coach, being like right off of being a player? What did you want to give to them that you wish you had as a player? Like what, you know what I'm saying?
Just the mindset of how long of a season is. So if you got a guy struggling,
like get through it
early in the year, like, hey, don't worry about it, because you know what, you're going to get another opportunity. You know, it's how you react to what you're doing right now. Because, hey, they're looking at everything you do.
Yeah.
Your body language,
yeah,
your mindset, you know, like the way you react to certain things. Are you coachable? Can you bounce back from a tough at bat, from a tough game?
Yeah.
Right.
Certain things like that.
It's so fucking mental, man. Like baseball's such a mental game.
It is most mental sport. It really is.
I was asking what did you coach when you were coaching here?
I was over the outfielders.
Outfielders, okay. And then somebody said we went to extras with Southern like a year ago and should have lost. I think they pulled it out though.
Dude,
so Southern's always given us good games.
Southern,
Dude, I remember what was his name? Ricky Weeks. Holy shit.
First round draft pick.
Dude, that guy. You just walk him.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
So that guy was incredible. All right, so up here, man. It's 8:30. It's been 2 hours that we've been talking to you.
I know.
Let's do a post game now.
It went by quick.
We'll do a post game now, and we'll just get like, you want to just get hammered at the bar?
Okay.
Let's go.
Wrap up the game. Get wild.
40, bro. Like, so chill out a little bit.
I thought you were 42.
No, 42.
There we go.
42.
39.
Hey,
I'm 39.
Hey, and I'm 21. Hey, as a man thinks, so he is, right?
We're a couple of 40-year-olds in here right now, so
hey, more the merrier.
He may be driving me home later. So,
hey, there's Uber.
Yeah, well, Uber is a blessing in disguise these days.
My goodness.
Holy cow! You guys, music went up. That means it's time to go. So we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Daronte Jones Bourbon Club. Hey, one thing before you go, I want you to say, this is Jared Foster, and you're listening to One Team, One Podcast.
This is Jared Foster, and you're listening to One Team, One Podcast.
Love it. We're cutting that. You'll be our intro now for One Team, One Podcast during baseball season. We appreciate you, bro. We'll have you back on again. We'll come back to Bogeys a few times and we'll do that. We love it, bro.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, man. Matt and Chris here. We got
Boom.
Jack over here. We got Billy in the crowd. PF Importers over here, bro.
Hey-o!
PF Importers. I tagged KJ. I tagged KJ a second ago. So we got the bourbon. We got the cigar going right now. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight.
Thanks for joining us.
Also, big shout out to Clayton with Bogeys, man. We appreciate you guys. Also, Curbside, new sponsor. So we'll try to get out to Curbside soon. Courtesy Buick GMC, Ether Insurance, Bear Process Safety. We appreciate everybody, and we will talk to you guys soon. We'll have a One Team One tomorrow night from the studio. From the studio. And then we have the Brazil Invitational at Curbside will probably be too. We'll figure that out. But we're going to be at the golf tournament this weekend for the Brazil Invitational. We're going to be doing live correspondence on the course.
Live on site.
He's got a tough putt coming up. Well, I'll literally be right in front of the hole.
Kick him off the tour, Doug.
Yeah, kick him off the tour.
How am I supposed to chip with this going on, Doug?
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Yeah. Ninth hole at 9. So we'll do all that this weekend. So tune in for that as well. That'll be a lot of fun. We will talk to you guys then, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. One Team, One Podcast. Daronte Jones Bourbon Club logging out.
Cheers.